Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Kingmaker today, because today we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing Paizo Publishing's outstanding fantasy RPG Pathfinder 2nd edition. And we are playing through their recently released Kingmaker Adventure Path, or Mega Adventure. They called it a Mega Adventure Path. That's probably the correct nomenclature for this one. I believe I've used up my uses of that particular word tonight, guys. So I've used it 3 times, I believe, since in our pre-game chat and now going live. But with me tonight are the stars of the Kingmaker campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing tonight. First up, we've got James.
Right, I'm James. I'm playing Vaz, the Orc Warrior.
Right.
General to be.
Very nice. Next up is George.
Hey everybody, I'm George. I'm playing Druinius the Good, who is a human wizard specializing in evocation, and he's more of an academic than an adventurer, so we're going to see how this goes.
Nice. And next up is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Trog. He is a goblin sorcerer, and he likes fire.
Nice. Next up is our resident armor smith, Dave.
Hey everybody, I'm Dave. I'm playing Shara. She is a bookkeeper turned swashbuckler and definitely not a healer. And yeah, it'll be fun.
Nice. And last, but certainly not least, is John.
Hey everyone, I'm John. I'm playing Ramirez Serranis. He is a warrior-touched warrior muse bard that is trying to heal people very, very slowly.
Nice. So, guys, George missed our last session. Why don't I bring us over to our travel map, and maybe you guys can tell us what has happened last time. So here we go.
Yeah, how many levels did we gain? How much magical treasure did we get? You know, those things.
Exactly 0.
Yeah.
Although
nothing went wrong. Nothing went wrong, right?
Well, Remy's he's got a few compositions written that kind of detail in prose what happened.
Oh, cool.
So the upside is you have passed your first town. You guys have been through Nabactus Crossing, so there's that.
Nice.
And they let us in, which was an interesting moment.
Yeah,
not like they didn't want to.
Well, there was an orc, a goblin, a lizard folk, a really dashing swashbuckler, and Remy. And, you know, like, maybe Cher got a little nervous. Maybe she talked a little too much and threw the guy off. But, yeah, eventually they let us in, and they let us leave, which was great.
You know, and it's not like some of us have shady pasts or anything.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, half the party used to be bandits, you know?
Let's see. We left town. Let's see. Before we got to the town, we found a bunch of. Well, Shara got ambushed by some wolves as she snuck off to look at a corpse the birds were circling. And then after we left town, it was a dreary day, fairly cold, and we got attacked by some howling beasts that I don't remember the name of, but snarling, biting, and
they were
teeth.
bush bogies.
Yes, those things. It hurt a lot.
Yeah, it did not help that I got crits, I think, on like at least my first attack, possibly my first 2.
No. Well, it's easier to get crits in this system than in other D20 games. So
yeah, and the great moment was at the end of it. I guess everyone just apparently I've cultivated a healthy fear of my unbalanced random encounters, because at the end of the session I mentioned to the guys that oh no, these are the encounters from the book. They're like, oh no.
I get it. I understand.
This wasn't me. This is the game playing as intended.
Yeah,
that was also the same game you tried to kill us with a forest fire. So really, you know.
Who was it who rolled that weather encounter?
Roll 20.
Roll 20.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it was, but the interesting thing with that was like the at the end of the encounter with the bush bogies, like the 3 main combatants were down, leaving only the 2 it was Trog and
Shara.
who were left. Yeah. And rather than carry on, they were like, all right, forget it. We're going to drag everyone off. And then over the course of getting they set up a shitty camp because they didn't have enough time to find a really appropriate place. There was something else interesting that happened. Was it that?
It took us 2 hours to come back to consciousness, and then Remy pretty much sang everybody back to health with his song.
Wasn't there a fae that came through the campground, though?
Yes. Towards the end of the... towards middle of the night, I think, or when we were about to start resting, we had some movement that was coming up, and that's where we cliffhangered, I think.
No, there was something else. You guys are missing.
Oh yeah, the lizard folk cooked some porridge, and we learned how to make food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we we dove into the cookbook, the cooking rules, and Bromel has really began to cement his niche as the guy who randomly knows stuff and is able to kick in, because he's got a lore ability that can kind of be used for anything, kind of like bardic knowledge, kind of. And it's been really strange twice last session where it came up that it was just he rolled really well on this random lore thing and ended up knowing some tidbit that really helped the party, including his recipe for porridge. So, anything else that Drobinius needs to know?
Is Trog the only one who didn't fall during that session?
Yeah.
I think that's what we figured out.
Yeah. Trog
Everybody else
also
at
learned
least one?
how to work his elemental spell as well.
You got to focus, Trog. Focus.
All right. So then, guys, let's move back to our actual site here. And this is where everyone is. Okay, and let me see.
You have the right armor on.
Yeah.
Added. Okay.
Okay. All right, so it was, I believe, Vaz who spotted the, because I walked back. Vaz, you spotted there were 4. Shara heard them first because she was on watch, and woke up Vaz, and Vaz, you saw these little suckers lurking. So why don't we? What's going on here? There we go. All right. Works best in Chrome and Firefox. My ass, jeez. Whenever I move stuff in Firefox, like it's just the whole screen goes white for a second, and then it puts the thing back on. Like, apologies, I should really put that warning of like this video will contain flashes and whatnot that we see at the beginning of video games.
Yes.
So apologies for those watching who may have light sensitivity. That's not my intent to cause any ill effects. Ill effects are purely intended for the player characters for tonight. So, speaking of which, let's go ahead and everyone click on their token and go ahead and click on perception, please. Is everyone awake at this point?
We're doing the initiative button, though?
Yeah, I think we're all sitting down and about to settle in when this happened.
When this happened, okay.
We weren't sleeping.
Yeah, so click on it. You're click on using perception for initiative, please.
Ah, God.
Those are not great rolls, guys.
What are you talking about?
Don't.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, boy. Hey. All right. Okay, so then maybe I'll grab ye old dice tower and make more use out of that today until it loses novelty. And let me make let's see here.
They should probably make them. We are that good.
They should what? Sorry.
They should certainly make a morale check right off the start because we are that tough.
Yeah, it seems someone's memory's faded pretty fast from 2 weeks ago.
Well, you need to be confident in your abilities at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're just recently taking a dirt nap.
Okay. All right. Vaz, what is your dex bonus?
Dex bonus is 1.
It's 1. Okay, so then that is the correct order. All right, so first up we have Drominius. So Drominius, I don't think we'll just say that you sort of like you were not to be ageist here, but you kind of dozed off while everyone else was talking.
I don't think that's ageist. I think that's accurate. This is a guy who's like spent his entire life in a library. So
you kind of wait, and you realize that everyone else is up and is starting to, they have the look like something is causing trouble. You got Shara to your right is staring out behind you intently into the darkness. Vaz is up and staring out not standing up, but she's looking out into the darkness as well.
Okay. So I'll spend my first action to stand up.
Okay.
I'll do my second action to just seek to try to see what they're kind of responding to.
Give us a perception roll.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to see. You can't see anything, but
no,
you might
but just to hear, like, like just any, limited vision.
Good
stuff.
reminder because there are different stages of detecting things, right? There's
There's that four levels.
Like for instance, that one would be hidden.
Yeah.
There's one hero point. You want to hero point that or?
Yeah, might as well. Let's see. Here we go.
Okay.
Traditional roll 20.
Exactly. So I'm just kind of kind of drowsy. I can't figure out what's going on. So then I will. Those were 2 actions. I'm going to use. Is there any other light source currently other than the campfire?
None other than the campfire. No.
Okay. So I'm going to use my. No, I'm going to. I guess I will.
You start lighting things on.
Well, yeah, I can't really. A light spell is 2 actions, so I can't do that yet. But I will. Where am I? I'm right here.
Surrender.
I'll. Yeah.
I didn't want to do this. I didn't think it was a good idea at all.
Which direction does it seem that most of the people are looking? Just outward in every
directly
direction?
behind you in this direction.
That's what I thought. Okay, so I will take my final action to do a 25-foot move.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, back to here.
Strategic withdrawal. Okay,
yep, that's
Shara,
me.
what are you doing?
Shara will draw and arm or draw her hand crossbow.
Okay.
And is it 1 round action to reload?
It's a 1 round action to load. Yeah, I think it should say.
I think that's right.
One round action or just 1 action?
I think it's 1 action.
Yeah, not a full round. Or three actions in Pathfinder 2. Yeah.
Yeah, so she can draw it, load it, and shoot it. Then she'll do that.
Are you intending on targeting one of your allies?
Oh, right. She can't see in the dark, so she doesn't see these guys. So she will draw and load it. And
turns out the traitor's in your ranks, guys.
Yeah. Sorry, Remy.
We need a healer. I mean,
True.
No. And then she'll draw her sword. So have her hand crossbow in one hand and her sword in the other because she has no idea what's going to happen.
okay.
And I wanted to quickly jump in because we're all learning the rules for PF2, depending on where we've all come from and people watching. The reason it's 1 is because the hand crossbow has a reload of 1 action. Other types of ranged weapons might have different numbers of actions required. Just FYI.
Okay.
And that would just be in the equipment piece, in the equipment checking?
Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah. It's one of the traits listed under the equipment listing. Next up is Trog. Got 3 actions. What do you want to do?
He's gonna jump up and he exclaims, "Yikes!" And he's gonna move behind Vaz.
Okay. You have 1 more action if you want to do anything.
No, I don't think so. Not this turn.
Okay. So then it is their turn. All right, let me zoom. Yeah, there we go. And it's whited out again. Keepers. All right. They're going to talk to one another very briefly. And then... Let's see here. What are you doing? Okay. Okay. Right. And we're using 5e rules for 40, I guess technically rules for diagonals. Wait, diagonals counted as 1 and 4e, didn't they?
Correct. 4E and 5E.
Okay. These guys are scrambling up. I think it's only Vaz and Trog who might be able to see this, but the cliffs on the side there, they're about 15 feet tall. And then they go down to where they where they meet the surface.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Baz, what are you doing?
I will. I will stand up, pick up my glaive,
Okay. One more action.
and I will ponder how I should bring a missile weapon.
The proud tradition of most pole arm wielders or dual weapon wielders. It's like, oh yeah, shit flies too. Okay, then it is Ramirez's turn. What are you doing, Ramirez? Remy?
Well, I assume there's a torch nearby that we use to go take bathroom breaks with. I want to grab that if there's one nearby, or get a torch.
Unless there's a torch on your character sheet that you wish to make use of, then no.
I do have a torch, yes.
Okay, so you're lighting one of your torches.
Yep, I'm taking the torch out. One action, sticking it into the fire to get it lit.
Okay.
And then standing up with my last action.
Okay. What do you remember what the radius of light from the torch is? Offhand?
Yeah, it's 40 feet, 20 foot of which is dim.
Oh, okay. Great, thank you. Oh yeah, great, of course. The compendium. Let me give you some light here.
I cannot see in the dark.
Oh.
Same year.
That there, and then... Oh, that's low light, right? Well, we'll make that dark.
Trog can. That's why he said yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stand by my yikes.
So can everyone else see this, or is it just me?
Yeah.
I can't see anything.
No, if
okay.
yeah, everyone else is in pitch blackness. Except for the
That's inconvenient for you.
Oh, shoot. Wrong button.
All right, so then it was one to draw the torch, one to do that, one to stand up, I guess, Remy. So
Yep.
okay,
This
all
is
right.
about as for Vaz's. This is as far as I can see.
Okay. Draw Winius. You can actually see in Roll20, they show you a little faint circles of where the light source ends.
Okay, yes, I was wondering. I could see.
Tricky to see sometimes, but
Yeah.
draw Winius.
Yeah, I see
What are you
that.
doing? 3 actions.
So I will cast a
We need creepy music too.
The door is closed.
Sorry, I have a visitor.
Hey!
Oh, thank you, mister.
You can put it
Darwinius.
up there.
Darwinius and Drawinius.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna number 1. I'm casting shield. That's a 1-action spell.
Yep. What
So-
does Drowinius' shield look like?
I think unlike most characters I play, all of his magic is a little bit slower than usual, kind of like along the lines of his speaking cadence, which we all might remember is based on a particular accent. And she's like, I will cast shield. And then it kind of like, I think I said this last time, it sort of like comes up over him like a fluid, kind of like the Matrix when Neo's going to the mirror.
Yeah.
For shield or...
For shield, and then it like disappears.
Oh, remember, shield is a specific... Like, it's a thing that manifests in your hand, right?
Oh yeah. Sorry,
it's not
sorry.
mage armor.
I was gonna cast mage armor, and I changed my mind at the last second. So yes, sorry. So same thing though. All of his magic has that sort of like fluidic quality to it, kind of slow, oozy, and silvery. So I think it like morphs out of his fingers and forms into this sort of shield-like barrier that's translucent.
Okay.
So it's kind of there in front of him. That was my first action, and then I will use my second action to cast a light spell, which is the exact same radius as a torch, so it's not going to help too much, but just in case I have to run away.
What is your light spell cast on?
I'll cast it on my staff.
Staff, okay. Let me do some light here. Oh, I found it as well.
That's a little better.
They had someone released new ambient sounds on Roll20, which I have yet to check out. So, if you guys enjoy the vague sound of bacon frying that passes for rain, I have some more stuff for you.
Sounds good.
All right, so you got light up now, you got that, and you can still hear them. Maybe Drowinius, you haven't quite heard them yet, but Shara, what are you doing?
Shara is going to hold an action until she can see an enemy.
So remember, the way you hold an action is you choose one action to bank for 2.
Yeah, so she's going to shoot her hand crossbow at the first enemy she sees.
Okay, you still have one more action if you like.
She shouts out, what are we worried? Where are they?
You could seek if you want and see if you can see something or hear something.
But she's dark, so I think sounded like somebody else heard or saw them earlier. But
I'm on this quest to like literally find all the different things you can do in combat that are one action each that aren't attack.
So no action is wasted.
Yeah. Faint. Yeah. So, and there's lots of cool, fun stuff that like Pathfinder did a good job of coming up with. So.
This time I'm going to leap and step and drop home.
I love it. So the point was, it's not me telling anybody what to do. I'm just pointing out things that I'm learning as we go.
Yeah.
I'm actually reading them right now.
And there's good reminders too. Honestly, there's so many neat options, and then if you just don't use them, it's easy to forget. Okay, then if that is it for Shara, Trog, you're up next. 3 actions. What are you doing?
Well, these ones, there's 2 I can see over there, so I'm gonna move. I'm just gonna say they're over. He's gonna point to the south a little bit east and say they're over there, and there's 2 up here, and he's gonna move over here.
It's showing as a broken link.
Wait.
In there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened to
And
Roll20.
then I'm 1, 2, 3.
And that could just be on my end as well. That might actually.
No, I think I wonder what's
Then I'm gonna
with this one.
I'm gonna cast Elemental Toss
Okay.
at the one on the hill on the.
Okay,
cliff
so
there.
he does have cover because BattleTech rules. And I am going to put that illustration when we do play BattleTech. I'm going to put that illustration of the line of sight for cover.
That was great. I love that.
It's pretty good. Okay.
So he sort of pointed southeast and said, "There's 2 down there, and there's 2 up here." And he sort of flicks his wrist to aim to show you where they are. Even if he doesn't hit them, at least the fireball will show you where they, or the fire.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I'm sure fine.
It ain't exactly a fireball.
Here we go.
But
Okay,
it's
+2. All right. And that targets their. It's an attack. That's your AC. That is actually a hit.
sweet.
It was
Nice.
the top one you were targeting there, Jeff?
Yeah, the
Okay.
top one up there.
Yeah. She scorched that one, and it's not happy. Then it is their turn. So now that you have
Shown their position.
exposed yourself as well, they are.
He always turns it around on us.
Yeah. All right. So first things frickin' last here. let's see. If in my rearranging, I was trying to make I forgot I was trying to get my spell cards more accessible, and then I forgot to grab them.
Oh, yeah, I love the spell cards. And I just got the NPC cards.
Oh, nice.
And those are really great, too. They're that double size.
And they're so good because they have different, they have different borders for most of the different expansions. And then what you need to do, if you use the bestiary battle boxes, look at the copyright year. Because it's each of them came out in a different year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so if you mix and match them, that's how you sort them out.
That's great. I did not know that.
I mean, I'm only assuming you're as obsessive compulsive as I am to make sure they go in the right box.
Of course, that's why I it's nervous to take them out and put them together and for an adventure.
That's how we get around it. So you can check the years on them.
That's great. I wish that's great. Hey,
then it is okay. So I got to make an attack. I was just checking something to see if I could make use of this. All right, Trog. Well, you know what? Oh, Trog. Is a 27 a crit on you or just a hit?
I don't have my AC memorized. It doesn't have to be exactly 10 over? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Yeah, my AC is 17.
Okay, so it's a critical hit. Then let me roll damage.
Welcome to PF2, everyone.
Yeah. And you know what? These are not. This is just a really, really good roll on my part. It's not the usual PF2 of like, hey, opening scene, you're all taking crits.
Right.
Okay, so this will be critical damage is 6 points of damage. This nasty little dart. Oh, actually, you take 8 points of damage because of hate. They have an ability. That's what they call hate. And until you injure them, they can hate and do extra damage. So 8 points of damage as one of them just tosses this nasty little thing over and catches you. Fire a second at you because the first one was so effective. That is, God dang it. This time, that is it's a hit, not a crit. So this will be a regular hit here, but still +2 damage on top of whatever I rolled. So 3 damage on you for the second one. That final one is no, it's a 17. It's a hit. I'm gonna stop using that D20. And I'll switch over to a different one. So here we go.
I've had such varied experience with PF2.
Well, it's I'm using the Starfinder dice I picked up for our Starfinder campaign. So it's another 3 points of damage for you. So Trog, you toss that thing, and the other one there just the other one. What am I doing? I got it. That's the correct way. All right. The other one is is trying to sneak away. So it sort of moves its way back, but what you can hear is it's keening the entire time it's moving, as if it's in pain, and there's something on fire, so there's a little plume of smoke coming up from it, so you can quite clearly track where this thing is trying to sneak to. It rolled a nat 1 on its stealth attempt.
Wow.
So that's why you know precisely where this thing is going. Then, let's see here. They move like Mario, guys. Okay, here we go. And then one more. Okay. That is it for them. Next up is Vaz. Vaz, what are you doing?
I will now leg it towards the ones on the cliff. So
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
And then that won't be in range because it's up the cliff, right? So
He's 2 away, and at that point, he's probably only about 2 feet up. because the cliff doesn't immediately go 15 feet up. It's a gradual rise. So I think you're pretty much like you're attacking level effectively.
Okay, so let's then introduce him to Mr. Glaive.
Okay.
So that's where raw Vaz charges forwards and takes a slam at this guy. Come on.
Whoosh. That is a hit, not a crit. But look at this. Ow! He kind of goes to the side. You clip part of his little blue ear off. They don't smell great up close, and it's worse that they're wet. Kind of imagine like smelling a combination of wet dog and boiled pork. So then, it is Remy's turn. Remy, what are you doing?
Well, he was eager to charge in, but seeing Trog get impaled like that, he's gonna sing a little hymn of healing, targeting Trog there,
Nice.
spending his focus point,
Okay.
and that'll give him like 2 temporary hit points around, so that he has a little bit more buffer.
And we checked this last time, but I think healing's at the end of the round, right? Not top of the round?
Fast healing?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Let me double check here. Fast healing. I think it's in. Let's try the core book first. I think you take damage at the beginning of the round and you heal at the end of the round and make saves at the end of the round.
So a creature with fast healing or regeneration regains the least listed amount of hit points each round at the beginning of its turn.
Okay, so you take ongoing damage at the beginning of the round, you take ongoing healing. That makes that makes some sense.
And
okay.
then for the temporary,
it was in the core rulebook. You were right, page 461.
Yeah, and for the temporary hit points, it's whenever I sustain the spell is when he gets more hit points.
Oh, nice.
So,
okay.
And then with my last action, I am going to move forward and hopefully shed some light for people.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. What do you got?
I see Vaz.
Yeah. Easy pass. The light is being reflected off of her massive glaive. Then it is top of the round again. Drawinius, what are you doing? Find a better place for this.
So when I hear Trog kind of yelling out that there's multiple adversaries, I am going to...
I think what he said is corners. Watch those corners.
Yes, and so I know what he means by that, so I'm going to do Mage Armor for 2 actions. And I'll once again cast... I'm going to cast Shield, but I'm so far from the action at this point. I think I'm going to spend my final action just to at least move up to my other companions. And I don't know how much... This little right here, this little kind of stump, that's not like soft cover or anything. It's just a
it
tiny...
might give you like +1 if you hunker down behind.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's like the remnants of the tree you guys cut down for firewood.
Okay, so I'll kind of whatever. I mean, even if it's actually not a mechanical effect, I'll still sort of like hunker down a bit behind that, and I'll be there. So hopefully next turn I can do something.
Hunker down is much better than cower. All right.
Yeah.
Shara, you're up next. What are you doing? You can hear the sound of battle off in the darkness.
But no Dave.
Yeah, she cannot see what is going on, so she's going to move in the direction the light is traveling.
Okay. So that'll be 1 action.
And then...
Am I right in thinking, guys, that best magic item you guys have had in the game so far, in any of the ones we run, was that floating lantern from 4th edition?
I literally was just thinking that. I was like, either that or an ever-burning torch we could just throw in the direction of enemies. Something.
Yeah. Okay, so Shara, that was the 1 action. You move up beside Remy. You got your crossbow in one hand, your rapier in the other, or your sword. Is it a rapier you use, or something else?
Yeah, it's a rapier.
Rapier, okay. Then 2 more actions.
Trying to move up to like the edge of the light.
Okay.
It's not really helping her at all, but
you can hear something yelping in pain, and you can hear Vaz grunting, and there's a flash off of her glaive.
okay. And can she that 2 actions? Can she seek?
Yeah, absolutely. Give us a perception check.
Try and find something.
Let's see that nat 20 now. Come on. Whoa! It's not a nat 1, but it's so pretty. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
You can definitely, you can't see, so you can't target the thing, but you know that there's one of those little shits that you heard before right in front of where Vaz is. But there's something else you can hear too.
What's that?
There's a weird scuttling sound. Give me a second. Let me get the source of the scuttling. Source of the scuttling was the sound of name of my Enya cover band in high school, by the way.
That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. This is what I want. Here we go.
Source of the scuttling.
Yeah. We were, as the critics say, awful. Yeah,
At least it was
really,
succinct.
really, like excruciatingly bad. Let's see here.
Just a little too loud.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
are just too darn loud.
Yeah,
Is that what he says? Too darn loud.
too darn
Too
loud.
darn loud.
Yeah. We had
Coming from
a
you.
70-minute cover of Orinoco Flow that we played.
Only 70? Wow,
Only
you
70.
guys really
yeah,
held
yeah.
back.
We were
Wow.
restrained, you know. I mean,
Nah, yeah, I get
we
it.
didn't want to overstay our welcome. So we. Okay, let's see here.
It's impressive you got Jim Steinman to write it for you.
Yeah.
That was cool, I will say. I think that's why you guys lasted so long.
It was, you know, we have a solid fan base. If you actually go onto MySpace, you can still find a fan page.
Yeah, I'm trading for some of the cassette tapes that I can't get anymore.
Nice. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. Although, I mean, the toxicity in some of the fan base at this point is really unfortunate.
Yeah, I know. It
You know?
happens.
And well, you know, everyone wants to be a purist sometimes, so that's
That's
really why
right.
we decided to, you know, it wasn't because, again, we were excruciatingly bad. It was,
You guys are just taking a stand.
yeah, you know, if you don't have your integrity,
Yeah.
what do you have?
Exactly.
No, that's what we were being asked. If you don't have your integrity, what do you?
And then management was like, nothing. So
Yeah.
you guys are done.
So here is what you see, actually, Shara. There is a 3-foot-long centipede that has the pack with your meals in it that is being dragged out of your
It
tent.
came from behind.
Let me add this one in here.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
It is acting on a... okay. Acting shortly. Yeah. So right there. All right. So yeah.
I'm not fond of centipedes.
There's a big no. They are they're not as bad in this as they are in AD&D, because AD&D they have one of the not the most deadly, but like for low level encounters, incredibly deadly poison. They only have like 1 hit point, but if you get bit and you fail a save, like it's just, you know, good luck. Okay, so sure, you see that over there. Unfortunately, that's all your actions, so you don't even have time to shout about that to anyone. Trog, what are you doing?
Let's see here. He was gonna go. It's such a high cliff.
Feeling too.
I think he was gonna go check on the other 2 that went the other way. So he was gonna go sneak around by the tent this way. To see what
Yeah,
they're
you heal
up.
2 points first.
Aren't they're just temporary hit points though?
No, regular.
Oh,
Yeah, fast
you
healing
heal-
is.
Yeah, you heal 2 on your turn, and on my turn, I can give you 2 temperament points on top of that.
Oh, okay. I thought they were temporary hit points. Okay, there we
Okay.
It's kind of good, like stagger for a person in melee to give them more hit points than.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. I need to click on that. Oh, what are those 2 up to? And then I'm gonna perceive them over there.
They are. Well, if you mean you're seeking,
Yeah, seeking.
give us
to see what
a
they're up to.
perception check, please. Because
Just
they are
trying to see
trying to
what
be
they're up to.
sneaky.
Oh, of course.
It is past 8 o'clock. I was supposed to give you guys a hero point at 8 o'clock, so everyone has a hero point. And you can spend that to reroll if you like, Trog.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just stay at 1 hero point.
Okay.
Here we go. Maybe roll. Oh my god. Thanks, roll 20.
Yeah,
Exactly.
your eyes. So you can see them moving, but you can't quite make out what they're doing.
Yeah.
You have 2 more actions, though. What would you like to do?
I don't really want to get closer to them. Maybe he'll just yell at them something, like piss off. Something like that.
Hey, no, you know what?
Demoralize.
Why don't you give us an intimidation check? Maybe you could demoralize them.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be very demoralized. Oh, actually, my intimidation's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, charisma is your main stat, so.
Oh yeah, but roll 20 says, who cares what your stat is?
You want to spend a hero point on that, or are you gonna?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna blow all my hero points now on this.
Hell
round.
yes, that's the spirit.
Screw these stupid blue goblins. Come on, roll 20. Roll above a 2.
There you go. All right, so demoralize targets their will, which is not great. All right, so they're both going to be frightened 1.
Huh.
Yeah, so you do actually scare them.
Interesting.
You still have 1 more action. Did you want to get a weapon out or anything like that?
I don't really have much for a weapon. I think I just have some.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then it is mid-flit o'clock. So first, this one is going to continue smoldering. Let's see if he does a better job of trying to hide. Not much of one. Yeah. So he's making his way along. The reason I'm not hiding his token is because you can, while you don't have a line of sight to him, you can definitely hear and to see the plume of smoke from where his hood has caught on fire. The one facing you, Vaz, is Oh, interesting. Actually, you get a bonus on those demoralized too. So what did you roll? 9? In addition to hatred, they also have self-loathing.
No way.
Midflits are basically just teenagers.
That's funny.
That's great.
So, so unfortunately, it's not quite enough to get a crit for it, but still pretty close. The
one fighting Vaz was just climbing to the top turnbuckle.
I'm trying to decide if it is he's going to get an attack of opportunity on him one way or the other, and he doesn't know. So I think, Vaz, go ahead and take your attack of opportunity. Yes, he's going to try and run.
I love fighters.
Yeah. That's not good enough, though. You want to hero point that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
This is offensive to Vaz's.
That is a hit, though. So this thing tries to move away, and Cheryl, you can see there's a flash as that glaive goes up and down once again, and he's not my initiative tracker, so he dies. All right. What does it look like as you chop this one down?
Yeah, but she does a good old swing as he legs it, and it just slices him in 2, I think.
Nice.
He's small enough.
Swings off his leg it. All right. So he looks like a dressed chicken now. Then it is these ones here. Oh yeah, you yelled at them.
We're like, I can't see nothing. Where are the enemies?
I think they're gonna throw darts at you. There you go. More darts. So let's see. You know what? I wonder. Just thought of something. I thought of 2 things. One thing I'm doing, so for those, I mean, this is really going to be minimal assistance for those listening at home, but for myself, I like having the tokens set up in a way different than what Roll20 does. But what you can do is, if you have one of your tokens, okay, fucking Roll20, stop, thank you. The character sheet was following around my cursor all over the darn page.
Yeah.
Like, knock it off. All right, what you can do is go into the edit for if you're building up your own creature compendium here, you can change. You select it. There we go. So then every time you drag and drop that creature, it will display the token the way you want it to be displayed, including the location of the and color of the bars, whether the players can see them or not. Pretty
cool.
Awesome. Okay, so then, Dort time. Dort. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to do is, no. Now, can I set it to prompt for modifier? Let's see here. Show rolls. Yes, there we go. There we go. That way you guys will actually see the number. Whatever I roll is the actual number. I've got it so it'll prompt me for modifiers for attack and damage. Okay, so then let's make this dart attack here. I have minus 2 and plus 2. All right, so first dart. That is a miss.
You got it?
Second dart. It's 2. It's 2. That is a miss. And then it is going to scuttle for its last action. 2, 4. And then the other one. First dart. It's 2. It's 2.
Oh, God.
Right, turning. All right, and the critical damage, bonus damage, 2, 4 points of damage.
Thank goodness you got those temp hit points.
Yeah, it still puts me at a minus
Wait.
1.
Temp comes on your turn, doesn't it?
No, he has a temp until my turn comes around, and then I renew it.
Oh, so he automatically gets temp hit points, and then he also gets the fast healing?
Yeah, he heals on his turn, and he gets 2 temper points each time I sustain the spell or cast it.
Okay.
So he technically has 5 hit points right now, but the 2 go away first.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, you would take the first 2, so you're down to 1 hit point from that hit. Right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and then that was Dort 1. We have Dort 2 coming at you.
Making yourself a target, man.
Well, I didn't know that Kevin's just going to throw darts at me every time I move or talk.
Go. Dort 2. That roll? There we go.
There it
is.
Okay. That is a miss, and then he's going to scuttle. Then it is Baz's turn. What are you doing, Baz?
Well, Vaz runs back towards the fire and everybody else, and then spots some disgusting little thing scuttling around the ground.
So the thing near the tent, only Shara has seen.
5. Well, I'll be coming here anyway. Would I get to see it, or
Unless you spend a seek action, no.
the seek? Right. Okay.
We're having to kind of ignore the player knowledge in favor.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, just because.
So, no, fair enough. Okay, so I will do a seek then.
Okay. Go ahead and give us a perception check. Thing is, why would you be doing a seek?
No, fair enough. No, that's fair
Okay.
enough.
Because Shara, unfortunately, didn't have time to communicate the
1,
location.
2,
Well,
3.
if he doesn't have any enemies and he knows we're
5.
surrounded, seeking makes sense, doesn't it?
That
He'd be
seems
looking
like
for
it's a ex post facto justification for trying to discover an enemy you shouldn't know about. So, I don't think so. If you
Yeah,
can see,
things
the
shooting
thing is
darts at
also,
us.
sure, you can't see what he can see. He can see 2 other targets.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm like, because I can't see anything else. And I know
Exactly.
there's
Yeah,
things
but I just
shooting
realized that you
darts at
couldn't
us.
see the other 2 that were filling Trog up. On the plus side, Trog is doing a terrific job of catching darts.
True.
Okay. So that is 2 actions. Vaz, you have 1 more.
No, that's my 3.
Oh, shit. Okay. Remy, Vaz seems to have spun around and run right past you. It's
So I'm
off in the other
going to
direction.
whip my head back and look. I'm going to first action. I'm going to sustain my Hymn of Healing,
Okay.
giving Trog 2 temporary hit points.
Okay.
And then I'm going to look in the direction that Vaz is running and instinctually I'm going to cast Warp Step and I'm going to run off in that direction to see if I can find something.
Okay. +5 bonus to your speed, and you stride twice. Nice.
So I can make 60 feet.
Okay.
So I'll go 30 first if I see anything. Nope. And 30 more. Still don't see anything. Oh, wait. I do see something on the edge of my vision.
You're just racing around like an idiot.
I'm in the dark. So
Yeah, that's
that's my
great.
turn.
That's great. Okay. Hold on. There's a survival video game that came out today that does realistic lighting in it. So, like, if all you have is a torch with a little bit of light set around it, it gives just minimal light, and it makes the what is going on here? Hold on. It makes the lighting in Roll20 look extremely generous by contrast. Yes, you can see it too now. Because it's impossible. You bring that thing down to a cave, you can see fucking nothing other than the burning thing in your face. Okay, so Remy, yeah, you can see those two up above you. Then it is Giant Centipede's turn. Okay. Like its master, it seems that this thing is not super loud. You guys can hear the crashing because one of the tent poles got caught on the bag that has all your food in it. It knocks down. None of you need to make a check. You do see the giant centipede now, which is currently dragging away all your food. So with the crashing, I think it's going to make with fast scuttling here. Let's see. How fast can it scuttle? Oh, it can scuttle pretty good. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Over here. All right. Drowinius, what are you doing?
Something different than I was going to do now that it's moved. So I'll start out by moving my move in that direction. So, whoops, I gotta select my token. 5, 10, 15, 20.
I think you can, for free, yell something about the food if you like.
Yeah, I'll yell, it's taken off with our food. All right, I still can't see it, but I can make out in dim light these two over here.
Yep.
So that was one action to get there. I will then just use my second action to cast a cantrip on this first one closest to me, and just for fun, I'll do a produce 2-action produce flame.
Okay.
And see what happens here.
Go.
Well, it's not going to do it.
That will not be a hit. Do you want to spend a hero point?
I think I'll. No, yeah. Yes,
okay.
I will do that. Here we go. Recasting. Comes.
Nice.
Me too. Okay.
That is very
Not
close
great
to
damage.
a crit as well. Not quite, but yeah. So 5 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
All right, and this thing curses you out in whatever blasphemous tongue it speaks. I think that's the end of your turn. Shara.
It is.
You can hear screeches and there's fire being thrown off in the darkn's. There's sound of someone.
Everybody's running in the opposite direction. She's like, "What's going on?" So she turns around, runs back the other way. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah, and you would be able to see the ones illuminated by Ramirius's light as well.
Okay.
They're in dim lighting, so you're going to suffer some penalty to hit at range, but you could definitely try and target them if you like. What's the range of your crossbow?
Light crossbow. Oh, it's on my sheet, I think. No.
Yeah, it should say it. If you click on the thing, it should say what. No, I think it's on. Is it on my
It's
screen?
on the cog, and range is 60 feet.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So that's actually short range to try and shoot either of them, I think. Yeah. So it's just the lighting that'll cause you a little bit of trouble. Oh, even with the lighting. Which one were you shooting, the top or the bottom?
This one right here.
Okay. So that one got pegged with fire, and then you follow it up with a shot You hear it hit this thing, and it crumples down into the dirt.
Just to be fair, I forgot to. It was in dim light for me, so it was concealed from me. So I had to make a DC 5 flat check to see if I can actually target it.
Oh yes, go ahead.
So just to be fair, I don't want to.
Yeah, actually, that would be applied to Shara as well.
Oh, I just made it. Oh my god. That was close.
Flat D20 roll there.
Yep. Okay, good.
Sure.
All right. It all worked out.
Yes. All right. So both of you hit this thing and it crumples down. Then it is Trog's turn. You got 3 actions. First, heal 2 points for Trog. And then you have 3 actions. What would you like to do?
What do you do? He doesn't really have a ranged spell is the problem.
Oh, don't you got your focus spell?
He used it.
Yeah, I used it already.
Oh, in this fight?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the first thing he did.
That's right.
He's not going to be
right
kept napping next time.
But I guess what he would do. Oh man, he doesn't really like being the target of these darts.
No, and you can see that centipede has the bag that has all the meal, food and stuff in it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this way around the tent.
Okay.
But I'm going to just go straight north by the tree up here. Like I'm just going to move over here.
Okay.
And sort of take cover behind the tree.
Sure. Okay. Then it is Mitflit's turn. That one on top seemingly has learned to stop, drop, and roll because you can't hear it any longer. Maybe it was on fire and just died. Okay. And then the other one, after the fire hits his ally and then he goes down, he kind of and runs 1, 2, 4, races up and then leaps onto the back of this centipede and starts kicking its side like he's trying to spur a horse. And I'm just going to move the centipede to the back. Then it is Vaz's turn. What are you doing, Vaz?
Vaz will continue her charge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Two, and then take a swing from there.
Are you trying to attack the
I'm going for the centipede.
Mitflit or the centipede? Okay. Right ahead. Okay. Yeah.
Now would be good time to hit. Come on.
Nice. Oh my gosh. So you actually, I think, let me hit him to the back here. You race up and bring that glaive down and cut it clean in half, right behind where the gremlin was. You kind of and falls back. Let me make a quick reflex save. See if he's prone. Yeah, he's not prone. He's slipping on centipede guts a bit, but he's not prone yet. Yeah, he doesn't have that far to fall, so I guess it's easier for him. I think you still have one more action.
No, that was 2 in the third attack. So
oh, did you need to move?
2 moves in.
2 moves, okay. All right, then Remy, what are you doing? You hear Vaz shouting from up ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, unfortunately, Trog has run out of distance for my spell, so I'm not sustaining it.
Oh no!
I'm gonna warp step and then run after Vaz.
Okay.
There's one of my movements, and there's the other one. I'm gonna end up right next to him.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to beat him in the head with my torch.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, this is improvised, should be set up. So here goes.
Okay, that is a solid hit.
I rolled an 18. Nice.
Nice. So you brain him in the head. See, there's a small chance it might catch. He's actually on fire. Yeah, he is on fire. So the I'll say it'll do 1d4 damage each at the top of each round.
I love being a strength-based bard. This is great.
There we go.
And that's my turn.
All right. Then it is Drowinius' turn. What are you doing?
All right. So I am going to. That's getting a little closer to me. So I'm going to spend, and I'm still too far to do what I wanted to do. So I will raise a shield as one cast shield as my cantrip for one action, and I'll spend my second action also doing a produce flame to attack this guy right here.
Okay.
Here comes the roll.
Go.
No. And no hero points currently, so those are my three actions. So
He's actually out of range.
I thought produce flame was 60. Hold on.
No, 30.
No, it's 30.
Oh, it's 30. Oh, I was thinking Ray of Frost is 120, I think.
Yeah.
Could I keep the same roll, miss, but say I was doing
Sure.
Ray of Frost?
Honestly, it kind of fits in character that he would use the...
Actually, yeah.
And then it kind of falls short.
Not going to do flame this time. Today. Frost. But then I still do produce flame by mistake.
Now, you could spend a hero point to reroll that if you like.
I have out. I'm out. I
had
cast
it.
my.
Okay.
I had it, but I used it already. So
This
I'm
is
using it.
a,
As soon as they come up, I'm using it immediately. Apparently, I need help. I don't know what I'm doing. I just came out of the library. Come on.
Shara, what are you doing?
Shara moves up towards Trog. And is like, "Are you okay?" And doesn't really wait for an answer, and then moves up and stabs this dude.
Okay.
Because,
Go ahead and make your attack. Can you get to the far side from where Remy is? Because you could flank him.
Trog, so hey, this has got to end.
Oof.
That is a hit. All right. And that is, I think, hold on. Yeah, it is enough to, yep. Shuffle off his mortal coil. All right. So you race up. Vaz cut that thing in half. Remy branged him in the head. He staggered forward, and then Shara just walks up and gently pushes the rapier into this thing's skull, and it just slumps to the ground, still burning from where Remy had set it on fire. That's all your food in the mandibles of that thing.
I grab it with my free hand, start dragging it back.
And before we get back to I'm going to clear our initiative tracker here, but
I come over. How rude!
What we do see is in the rain, a quite badly burned Mitflit looks down from the cliff at this collection of murderers. And looking up at the rain-filled sky, shaking his little half-burned blue fist, he swears eternal vengeance on those who killed his clan. It's great having an ongoing campaign. Then
The BPEG is the goblin from the beginning.
So what? With that, I guess with the fight ended, you guys can maintain your. Oh, you'd have to cast it again, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I need 10 minutes to sit down, and then I can cast it in 10 minutes and cast it again.
Oh, right. Okay. So, guys, let's drop back into the scene here. So, rain is pouring down. You got a burning torch. You got Drowinius' light with you. What the heck just happened?
Trog, are you okay?
I feel weak.
You don't look so good.
He brushes his hand down, and like 3 darts fall out of his chest.
Yeah. Ow.
Who's the healer? Never mind.
Back in the city.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very strange. Such feeble critters coming to attack us. Strange lands.
Well, they had some fairly good tactics. I mean, they distracted us on one end, and then the other end ran off with our food.
Seems like they knew what they were doing.
Well, I
Still,
think they knew what they were
dying ain't
doing.
a great way of making a living.
When you're starving,
I do appreciate
do
the Outlaw Josie Wales quote. That ain't much of a living, boy.
That's good. Come over here.
If Trog wants to sit down, I'll go and sing his wounds shut
Okay.
over the next 20 minutes.
How
Yeah,
long do you
I'll go
need
sit by the
to
fire.
heal him up to full?
I can do 8 hit points per casting,
Okay.
so just 2.
I'd like to look inside the tent just to see if they took anything else that we didn't notice.
Not that you can see. I mean, the tent is actually knocked down, so you'll have to set it back up. It's not a
But then I'll spend
chore.
that time. I'll spend my time setting that tent.
Okay.
Back
oh
up.
man, I had done such a nice job setting up this camp.
You did
Sure.
a nice job defending it, too.
So,
Think they'll come back?
I hope not.
who you guys can each give us a. Now we already had. I think Vaz made a nature check already to try and identify what these things were. But Drawinius, Trog, Shara, and Remy, you can each give us a nature check if you like.
That's great.
Not trained in that.
Untrained?
You don't
Yeah,
have to be
untrained.
trained. I don't think.
Not at all. Not
Yeah.
for recall. I mean, you have to know something.
Yeah. Nice. I was trying to use it, but I kept having to spend an action to move or
All
do
I know is
something else.
they squashed real good, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also kind of like, unless there is a specific mechanical ability you get, I tend to not like using the recall lore thing to try and figure out weaknesses. It feels too, for me, it feels way too metagamey and way too much of an intrusion of the mechanics on the fiction.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
It's something I really, one of my least favorite things from Pathfinder 1 was those things.
That's why I made a warrior bard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I think it's a really it's the only thing that was a carryover from PF1 that I really dislike about the thing. I think I see the value in it and I see that it can be, but it feels far too much like just a flat like I'm going to make a roll, I know the target number, tell me what its weakness is. And that just feels really fucking boring and doesn't feel immersive at all. We'll figure a way to make it work, but I will do that more by asking you guys to make checks when I feel that you may be able to draw some inference from what you're facing.
Maybe if it's something that we, based on our characters' histories, personal backgrounds or histories, that would make sense that we may have encountered at some point.
Precisely.
Then we might know something.
Yeah, and then that, and if you're able to clearly see or identify what stuff is, then there'll be opportunities for doing that stuff. But just like in combat, the I'm going to use an action to try and learn stuff. I just don't like it. All right. So anyway, the however, Drawinius though, you did really well, and Shara as well. So one of the things about the Stolen Lands in general. Is that it's said that there is a very there is a thin barrier between it. I mentioned before how the Stolen Lands are part of what was kind of seen as part of a elven wildlife preserve, like ages and ages ago when the elves were here before the Starfall, and one of the legacies of that is that it is said to have a fairly close connection to the First World, to the realm of the Fae and whatnot, which means that many of those creatures can kind of slip through from that highly magical and incredibly dangerous place. These things, Shara has heard stories about these, and Drawinius, you've maybe read about these before. These things are a type of nasty little Fae trickster called a gremlin. These particular subspecies, you would know, Drawinius, are called mitflits. Mitflits are also known as mites. They are self-loathing and pitiful cowards, easily bullied into servitude by other creatures or even slightly more powerful mitflit leaders. They tame insects, spiders, and other such creatures to serve as faithful allies. though they are they're closest to kind of what like the gnomes would be, in the sense that they are not as inherently magical as what some of the other gremlins are. Some of the other gremlins can teleport all over the place, or they can do other sorts of really bizarre and obviously magical things. The Mitflits are not quite that powerful.
Okay.
They, and they also, as you can see, they have a unnatural connection to insects and spiders, and they can have like you saw with this highly trained centipede. They can command those things. So what that means is there may be warrens of mites to be found and mitflits to be found out among the regions. And if there's already 3 here, there may be more.
I almost feel sorry for them.
Good, but good to
They
know.
must have been starving to come after us.
They do seem kind of like a sad lot, stealing food and stuff. But at the same time, they were also filling you full of darts, my friend.
I've been there in my life, so desperate for food that I would attack a more powerful.
One Trog might remember,
encampment.
you guys actually attacked first.
He did throw a
Well,
fireball at that guy. Or a fire dart.
Yeah. So you're not wrong, Trog. Like they may have been more interested in stealing than fighting. But
We survived, and they did not, so...
Did we get them all?
I got all the ones I saw. Plus whatever Vaz killed.
Did anybody see that one that was escaped? Or
That a character? No, I didn't see it. No.
I don't think my character saw it. So
no, there was one
I think
that
Vaz
Trog set
and-
on fire, and you could hear it screeching up there. You may need to go up on top to look around and see if you can find him.
We could.
Or could have run off as well.
do that. We could do that in the morning.
Yeah,
I don't want to go up into an ambush.
No, of course not.
I don't know. It sounds kind of fun.
Climbing the
Oh, you know what? He's right.
climbing
Let's
the
do
cliff
it.
face in the rain at night just doesn't sound like a great idea.
I would like to make sure that there's nothing still alive out there that might stab us in our sleep.
I think it's important, though, that we go up one by one.
No, absolutely not.
In single file, 2 minutes apart.
Also, hold on. Horror movie rules apply. Which of you had sex the most recently?
That's right.
Sharon's not blonde. It's always the blonde who bites it first, so Sharon's okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's nobody.
Yeah.
So, you know. You win some,
Actually,
you
we
lose some.
could also apply aliens rules and have the inverse thing. So, Drawinius, you're the white male, so why don't you head on up there?
I'll see you guys later. I mean, maybe.
Come on, Drawinius is played by what's his name? Not Tom Sizemore. Who is the actor who played Dallas in Aliens?
Oh,
Was it Tom Sizemore?
yeah. I think so, but now I can't. God, who was it? I gotta look it up now.
Yeah, it's gonna drive
Arthur
me.
Dallas. Yeah. Who?
Tom
it's,
Skerritt.
Tom
That's
Skerritt.
right. Tom Skerritt.
Right.
Tom Skerritt.
Come on, Drawinius played by
Amazing.
Tom Skerritt. There's no way he's gonna die. Come on.
No, he's gonna be there all the way through to the end. Come on.
Exactly. All right. Ramirez is actually you're human as well, aren't you? Well, don't worry. Ramirez woke up and he was quite hungry, so I'm sure nothing will come from that.
Yes, Ramirez is very human.
Okay. Anything else you guys wish to do before bedding down? Then, jokes aside, do you wish to check the top of that cliff?
I
That's a
would
morning
like.
task.
If anything, Ramirez is going to convince Vaz to go up there with him because he does not want to go to sleep without making sure that nothing is living up there.
I'll just hang out here with Trog and
What do you think, Vaz?
Okay,
Okay.
if you like.
You yell really loud if you see something.
Huh.
Yes.
Okay. So then, Vaz and Ramirius, what are your bonuses to stealth, please?
2.
I picture Vaz going along, saying out loud, "Sneak, sneak, sneak."
I'm a -1.
Okay.
I'd
Okay.
be at a -1 too, but I got my padded armor on, so
Clink.
Oh, are you
clink,
terrible at
clink,
sneaking
I
as
go.
well? Remy,
I got a 2.
you got 2. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a strength-based character, so sneaking is.
Not your
You know.
shtick.
I'm trained, but
Okay.
no, I'm not trained. Me? No.
No, jeez. So the that is one thing that's is an aside, but one of the things that is funny in PF2 is when as you gain levels and then you use a skill you're not trained in, you're like, oh, why is that bonus so low? Oh, right, because you don't add anything to it. So Remy and Vaz, you head up there. Remy, I'm picturing you're bringing your torch with you, so you're able to see the whole time. It's pretty, like, apart from the limits of your torch, Remy, it is pitch black out here. There's a sound of rain pouring down as well. And looking around, you don't see anything. You search from one side of the kind of the cliff up here to the other. Are either of you trained in survival?
Nope.
Survival. Yeah, where am I?
Got a nice even 0 in that.
I'm trained.
You're trained? Give us a survival check, please. Vaz. You want a hero point? Thanks.
Yeah, 1.
Okay. Oosh.
Yeah,
Yeah, in spite of the soft earth, you can't find any sign of where this little. You find this the kind of the point where Trog's spell went off, but otherwise, no sign of where this little shit went to. No body either.
Oh, that's the big thing. No body, so. Okay.
Okay. So then,
Come back to camp.
Yep, we're way back to camp. You've healed up Trog. Anything else you guys wish to do before getting back to the back to sleep?
Tell the group one less body than we were expecting, so whatever it is long gone.
Okay.
Sleep with one eye open, people.
It's probably telling a sad story to the families of the other 3.
Or dying from its wounds further out.
Was there anything on the body?
You may not know Trog's already taken a archetype multi-class feat in Downer.
Total depression.
yeah, that's it.
Does he know Goblin Song?
And were they just armed darts? Did we check over
This
the?
goblin song.
Sorry?
We check over the bodies. Were they just armed with darts? Was
There's
that-
nothing you would want to keep from on these things.
No, I wasn't thinking like a reward or anything. I was thinking more along the lines of just like they didn't have little swords or.
They did, actually, yeah. They had blades, but again, like, you would not want to be touching or making use of any of them. They're very crude, and they're covered, like, like when something's been touched too many times, it gets that oily, kind of sticky quality to it. That's what their handle their blades have. Their armor stinks and is really sized for a tiny little creature. You might actually, you know what? You might be able to get some stuff out of that centipede, though. You're gonna want to be careful about poison, but you may be able to get some ingredients from it. When I think of it.
Interesting.
So I know Vaz's got survival.
I also happen to be trained in survival if somebody needs me to do anything or help with anything.
Yeah, that should be kind of a funny, unexpected thing. Why don't you give us a? Well, I guess if Drowinies, if you want to take the lead,
Okay.
why don't you give us a?
Just to be clear, this is book knowledge. So can't vouch for the taste of anything or the.
Give us a DC 14 save.
14?
Survival check, please.
Survival?
Yeah.
Go. Here it comes. Oh, God, no. I have no hero points at the moment, so I missed it by a couple. It's
If
all
you can stall
you know,
for 6 minutes.
Okay.
things like, he said, I thought I had it right, but
Well, no. The
now
thing
that-
is, you actually you're still able to pull off of this thing. Let's see here.
just a lesser amount.
Yeah. Like and it's not a critical fail, so you don't accidentally poison yourself.
That's always good.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh, bonk.
That's 14 ingredients you get.
Oh, great.
Who's keeping track of loot? Because I don't think I am this time.
Do we have a loot party notes?
Oh
Loot?
wait, hold on. Yeah, 14. Yeah, basic
Okay,
ingredients.
I'll edit that right
I
now.
think
So 14
Jamie
is
may
you.
have been doing it before.
Okay, so
but,
since he's not
yeah.
here right now, I will update that for us.
Yeah.
So now we have 30. I just say this is. I thought I would have done a much better job, but things are different when you actually have the experience of being out in the wild. It's fascinating.
Don't like to get my hands sticky with that centipede juice either. So, off-putting.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Darwinius know prestidigitation?
I do not.
Oh, well, let me clean that up for you.
Oh. Yes. I never thought the spell was that useful, but in fact, it comes in very handy. No pun
So
intended.
you don't get the goop on everything else just off your arm.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes, excellent.
Then, with that, I believe you guys will be able to. I'm going back to our camping rules here. You guys will be able to rest for the rest of the evening. And make a quick check for any further random encounters for the second part of your sleep. That clattering sound, that clattering is your doom. No, it's not. Nothing. The rest of the evening is a restful and relaxing time. You guys get, there is 5 of you tonight. You need 10 hours. Each of you takes a 2-hour watch. So it is early into the next day. Now, before we take our mid-session break, first off, everyone gets a hero point. Secondly, Dave, would you give us 3 D20 rolls, please?
Oh, here we go.
Start taking more risks now that I got 3 hero points.
Just to be
3?
clear, I'm just clicking a button and roll 20 is actually.
That is fair. That is fair.
Focusing on healing people, I didn't make too many rolls, so.
Let's see here.
I mean, the good thing is Roll20 always does things that benefit us.
So it is raining. And I love the weather rules out here, man. Really good stuff. So it is raining. The temperature is an average. It's a little. I think it was cold, mildly cold yesterday, so it's a little warmer. And there is no cataclysmic weather event, at least not generated by Dave's rule. So what that means is you wake up to once again more of the same rain. It will be a wet and unpleasant travel. You will be growing fatigue after only. Oh, that's after the cold. Hold on. You become fatigued. Oh, I love the rules in this. You become fatigued after only 4 hours of travel. So that's
right.
what. Oh, you know what? I was thinking of from the last session. The thing I really loved, the emergent thing, was the it was a similar thing yesterday because of the shitty weather. If you did 2 exploration tasks in a day, you would get fatigued after the second one. But the 2 heroes who survived or like weren't unconscious after that last fight were 2 who had sprung for a nicer bed and could ignore the second thing. So that was the emergent thing that came out. That was really just a fun, unplanned thing from last time. I knew there was something that happened. So
really, we're in real life lessons, Kevin. We've learned that a good night's sleep is important to not just everyday life, but also adventure.
Exactly. That is more a rule. This is a more of a do as I say, not as I do kind of situation. We'll be back tomorrow morning for G.I. Joe at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Right.
But the so what your characters would know getting up. Let me move us back to the travel sheet here. Is that you will be risking fatigue by pushing forward for a full day's travel and moving a full house of travel.
Well, we only did half days yesterday, so if we do half a day today, we'll still be on track.
Almost all of our days have been half days.
The first day was fairly quick,
Yeah, I
even
mean,
despite the fire.
Yeah, but
Trog thinks it's the ideal adventuring life. Half a day work, hang out at camp.
Nearly dying 3 times.
You just
Well,
like the big.
That's the part he doesn't like. Well, I'll make fire when we get to camp.
Yeah, exactly.
okay. And remember, you're traveling along that the river, not like right next to it, but near where the river is as well. So why don't we take? Everyone's got their hero point. Why don't we take our mid-session break? It was very rude, Madison. Oh, sorry. I will. I'll take our mid-session break, and then we will come back and see what happens next. So we'll be back in 5 minutes, folks.
Great.
All right. Did someone shrink George?
Get an image of him though, isn't he?
Oh, for sure. It's crazy to go back to videos at, like, early in the MacLeod campaign when he's like so much smaller. Yeah.
Shoot up like weeds.
Yeah.
You got a niece that's almost 15. I'm like, I remember you were 6 months old.
Yeah. I have board game night tomorrow with my 27-year-old son. So tell me about him growing up in a blink of an eye. Holy smokes. I should have said, applied the jokes we were talking about to just applying him with coffee and cigarettes. When he was little, keep him small. Okay. Yeah, the rules for camping. So the rules for camping and weather and whatnot, for those listening at home, are out of the Kingmaker companion guide. They're great stuff. Really, really good. Like stuff I would use in any kind of travel-oriented or sandboxing style Pathfinder 2 campaign in future, not just for this particular game. We were saying, George, you grew like a weed.
I grew. Oh, yeah.
Darwin, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I only have about 24 hours left at that rate, so I'm gonna make the most of it tonight.
So I am still on Twitter, and I still like Twitter. And one of the reasons why is because I learned something just now on the break that I did not fucking know. So I'm not sure how many of you guys read the DC Comics D&D comics back in the day, but there were a couple of kind of people who became bigger names out of that thing, like Rags Morales worked on the Forgotten Realms comic, who became a steady worker in comics after that time. Oh, Zoom beat. Hold on, let's see here. Let's see, do I have the link?
While you're looking that up very quickly, I just want to mention, because I don't think we've mentioned it much, possibly when I wasn't here, but the fact that Paizo really makes all the rules for every they release available almost instantaneously on Archives of Nethys for free, like, makes a huge difference. So anybody who's just interested in, because there's some people in chat talking about PF2 and checking it out and trying it out. You can find everything there that we're doing right now. Just go to Archives of Nethys, make sure you're looking at the 2E version, and it's all there.
It's crazy, and like not to edition war at all, but like you forget if you're playing a lot of PF2 and you go back to 5th, you forget like, oh yeah, like, there's a lot of shit that is proprietary. It's not released as part of a free thing, so. And
I think it really comes out of the way Paizo was formed initially, as everybody I'm sure knows the history. So they've kind of carried that forward, which is always nice to see. That's not saying something negative about anybody else. I'm just saying something positive about these bunch of people, and they're all. And by the way, they're all
through that.
I hear you. But they're all also just super nice, really good people. On top of it.
Yeah, I was mentioning in the chat that. I like Paizo. I'm kind of biased towards their work.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, me as well. I especially with PF, like Pathfinder 1. I liked Pathfinder 1. It wasn't my go-to game and whatnot, but I've just, Pathfinder 2 has been probably my favorite fantasy game since the playtest. It's just and
to give us a slightly different point of view, I didn't love Pathfinder 1. I wasn't like, this is terrible or anything at all. I just wasn't in love with it. And I just kept playing 3.5. And but Pathfinder 2 I really find really fun and interesting, and I'm not only playing it but running it as well. So
the things I liked from Pathfinder 2, because I'm a big PF1 fan, I've imported the 3-action economy and several things from PF2 into PF1.
Oh, cool.
And it's great. So.
Quickly finish my story. So when what do you call it? So what I learned over the break was, so Rags Morales was the artist on Forgotten Realms. I think it was Jandrasima who became, I think their most popular work was the Star Wars Legacy stuff, because they not only did the art for it, they also did the, what do you call it? A lot of the design work in connection with the with John Ostrander, the writer, and the artist who was on Spelljammer was fucking Joe Quesada. It was one of his first professional works. Joe Quesada is a guy who became famous for Ninjak, and then he did Spider-Man and Daredevil with Kevin Smith. Yeah, it's amazing, because I was looking at the covers when I saw that on Twitter, because he was joking. Someone asked about a collaboration with him and another artist named Dan Panosian, who's fucking amazing right now. He's really come into. He was a kind of Image, Liefeld kind of clone at first, and then he reinvented himself as a really amazing illustrator and pulp kind of thing. So they were joking about, like, when are you guys going to do a collab? And he's like, you didn't pick up our no Eisner-winning Spelljammer comics? And you look at the covers and you see, like, from the early ones, they have that kind of, like, there's a little bit of the Quesada style there, but at that time, he was so influenced by Alphonse Mucha that you could see it come together before he left that title, where he started adding lots of flourishes around the side that would become such a signature part of his Ninjak run. And then also he carried a lot of that aesthetic forward for a lot of his other work. But yeah, it was very fucking a super cool thing to learn. I need to go back and reread
it.
Those.
All makes it makes sense then when you think, when you find that out, you're like, oh, yeah, I could totally see that. Like, but I never would have put the two and two together.
No,
that's amazing.
I had no idea. And I'm pretty sure I read some of those ones. I'm not pretty sure. I know I read and owned some of them. He wasn't on for all of them. There's a guy named Mike Collins who did some of them, but but he did a lot.
That's awesome.
And for those who weren't alive in the 80s, the neat thing about those ones was they also had D&D stats in the back of them. That's what was part of the thing that was very exciting.
That's right.
Was being able to read the stats for the heroes. So
that's true.
Every dwarven fighter thief is in a little way the Onyx from the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons comic.
Yeah,
because I had the book that had his stats in it too.
That's
anyway,
awesome.
so that's what I learned. Joe Quesada broke his, cut his teeth on Spelljammer. Pretty cool.
I love it. I never knew that. That's fantastic. Amazing.
Mm-hmm. So then, for your day, I think you guys are trying to maximize speed over anything else right now, right? You're all going to travel half a day. You're not trying to stealth. You're not trying to, like, keep spells up or anything like that.
I think that's what we had been trying to do.
Okay, and there's one other thing, too, I think I forgot. So I know it's regimented for when we cross off the meals in the camping rules, which I also really like.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like the overland rules now?
This is, these are the camping activities, where it's finishing up your daily preparations. Daily preparations take 30 minutes. The zone's encounter DC returns to its original number based on the modifications you made from your camping activities. And then, since you're not returning, you will need another hour when you set up your next campsite. So, then, we are on to travel. Grab my game mastery guide. Okay. And I'll mark the hexploration rules here. Hexploration is one of those words that sounded it's a portmanteau that sounded cumbersome at first, but I've really come to like it.
So, if the calendar is correct, this is Farast 6th, right?
This is Farast 7 now.
Okay, I'm a day off of my calendar then.
Yeah. Okay. Then, let's see. Here we go. Oh, I already have them marked. Look at that. Good job, Kev, from 2 weeks ago. Okay. So if you guys are traveling today, you get yourself on, and let's see if anything of interest is happening today. No. That is deeply disappointing. I mean, probably pretty good. So the day of travel is it is overcast, and you guys get yourself into the you're one away from where the series of cascades begins, where the two rivers meet up. It's pouring rain. I don't think I've got a dreary rain illustration. I'll have to get that for you. I think
I know what it is because I spent a whole day today of dreary rain that's going to continue all the way to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is unusual for.
Did you guys
my
actually get
part
some
of the
snow
world.
today?
Somewhere, but not. We're too much in the heart of where it's right at the it's mild near the water and all that.
Well, we
had snow dumping up here.
yeah.
I saw that. That was intense.
I got like 3.5 inches at my house. Portland got 14, I think. Not everywhere,
Holy
but
smokes.
over the course of 2 days. It was
Yeah, that was.
They normally average like 4.5, maybe a year, and that's scattered out amongst the entire winter.
Wowzers.
We just had a ton of rain and flooding conditions and that kind of thing, but no snow. Heat just right where I am.
Yeah.
But as you got into higher elevations, there was
As soon as the snow
quite a bit
melts,
of snow.
Yeah, as soon as the snow melts, we're gonna have some flooding too. But
Right.
So, Frog, what because you've spent 10 minutes preparing, like staring at a fire or something like that, that's all you're required to get your focus point back.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you'll have that going in. Then with the day's travel, you guys find it's just past noon when you're having your noon meal. Do you are you planning on trying to make camp here, or are you going to try and push on for another half day's travel and get yourself fatigued?
how's everybody feeling? You feeling spry?
I wouldn't use that terminology, but I'd be happy to continue if that's what they would like to do.
Well, I didn't get a good rest last night.
Let's talk about what the consequence will be for everybody if you are fatigued, just so we know what happens. It says, your defenses are lower, and you can't focus while exploring. Thank you, game, for
Junk.
Yeah, you can't use. I think you can't use any exploration activities. I believe.
Yeah.
One of the
You
problems.
never use them anyways. Let's just charge on.
Yeah. -1 penalty to AC and saving throws, and you cannot. You just need a full night's sleep to get rid of it, and you can't choose any exploration activities. So what do you want to do?
We have ways of mitigating. Is metagaming. We have ways of mitigating the penalties. Those penalties, even though they're still meaningful. And you're right. We're not actually using exploration activities. So, Druinius is always the one who's going to follow the group because he's so unused to this kind of travel. So, whatever he wants to just keep up with you guys, whatever you think is the best idea.
Why don't we put it to a vote? You guys, so maybe put in chat, guys, whether push on or camp.
Easiest vote of my life.
We're gonna be like,
It's going to be It's going to be 3-3. Let's see. 3-2. Oh no, we have 5. Oh good. Actually, we'll have an outcome.
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
You guys take a break for lunch.
Sorry,
Trog starts
Trog.
breaking out his tent. Everyone else is like, wait, what are you?
Sean's like, I want to sit by the fire. What's with you clowns?
I want to get as far away from those blue things as I can.
Well, we'll just be some other vicious enemy farther along.
Wolves.
Probably.
There seems to
Don't
be a lot
forget
of
the
wolves
bush
in this area.
bogies.
Hey, I'll sing you a song in combat to get your stats back up.
I'll pass on the bush bogies.
All right, so then you guys push on. Frog, you all will be fatigued, but I think you can.
Is it a guaranteed fatigue? Like you don't roll for it, you just
Yeah.
Yeah,
become
guaranteed.
fatigued?
Yep.
Oh, he's just grouchy.
The nice thing is we can now just tick this off on our as a condition on the sheet, which is
It's
cool.
a great character sheet.
Wow. The only thing that I would like is custom buffs to add on it to it, but otherwise.
Oh, to add on, yeah. I mean, you can set it to so it'll prompt you for modifiers.
Yeah. It is easier to like tick on Bard's song and just roll your dice.
Oh, yeah. All right. So then, what I'd like is, would all of you give us a perception check, please?
I want to be
This is
fascinated.
after we're fatigued, correct?
After you're fatigued, yeah, because this is in the afternoon's travel.
Okay, here we go.
Nat 1 for Droinius.
I'm very fatigued.
Your role
Very
playing with your
fatigued.
dice rolls is amazing.
Yeah, I'm trying to do my best.
Okay. Nat 20 for Vaz, though.
Yeah.
So Vaz,
Nice.
you guys are okay. So hold on, I'm trying to remember the way. I think Vaz was taking point because of your ability to track, wasn't it? Or were you at the back?
No, I was normally on the front.
I thought so. Okay, so you were up front. Droinius was in the middle. Trog and was it Trog and Shara or Trog and Remy who were in the middle, and who was at the end?
Remy and Shara were at the back, I think.
Yeah.
Remy and Shara were at the back. Okay, so Vaz, it makes sense then that you would be the first one up. So you're making your way, or you're making your way, trudging along this mud-soaked road. It's been 2 days of rain, so you can imagine how bad that what passes for a road here really is. While the goblin is definitely the one who is vocalizing his exhaustion more, you're feeling it. It's a bit of an exhausting and miserable slog, especially with last night's interrupted rest. So you may be forgiven for thinking that you may be hallucinating due to exhaustion or whatnot when you hear the sound of a woman's voice singing.
So
It's coming from up ahead, and from where you are on the north bank right now, I believe. Let me take a look at the travel app. I think you guys are on the north bank. Let's see. There's a bridge that you cross at Navacta's Crossing, hence giving it the name. And I don't remember if you crossed from... Yeah, you crossed from the south bank to the north bank at Navacta's Crossing, so you are making your way along on the north. It's up and off to the left, and you can make out it's someone who, at first, you can hear her singing in Common, like it's a song coming in, and then you hear them stop, and you can hear, because you rolled just so well, a voice, no, that's not quite, and then the song starts up from around the same point, singing the same thing, but with one or two words changed. Mm-hmm. It seems to be coming up and ahead, closer to where the bank of the river, the quite high river at this point, with 2 days of rain and springtime.
right. Well, I'll tap my ears and point up there,
Okay.
and then I will start walking up there.
So, if you are you making any effort to conceal yourself?
No.
No, okay. So you're walking along. You point this out to Droinius and Trog will be in the middle there. And Trog, when you stop and listen, you rolled well enough. There's a single woman's voice singing. No one else can hear anything over the sound of the rain and whatnot.
Not sure this is a good thing.
So, if you make your way over, Vaz, what you can see is that someone has set up a bit of a lean-to. There's a tarp set up with two, sticks that are facing the river, and it sounds like there is whoever is singing is sitting underneath that little shelter. And there is a small little, very modest fire that is burning near the side. They're about maybe 30 or 40 feet back from the bank, but not far up, and certainly would be likely concealed from the road if it wasn't for the song. Just give us a perception check. Let's see what else you can pick up from where you are. I'll make a perception check for them. Okay.
Ooh, that's good.
So then what happens is the song stops, and someone pokes her head out. Let me give you a handout here. So the person who sticks their head out. Here we go. Looks like this. Would appear to be a human woman with some unusual horns, or maybe a headdress or something sticking out. Simple fiber, or a simple, dull brown dress that seems to be on. She pokes her head out and she looks over at you. You can see there is some kind of lyre or something in her lap. And when she sees you, her eyes kind of get a little bit big, and then says, "Hello there."
Good day. Interesting to meet a stranger so far in the outback.
Indeed. I did not expect to see anyone else. I felt that no one else would brave the road in this weather. Traveler, are you carrying on, or are you planning on camping?
Oh, well, we're going to try and head for nightfall, and then we'll make camp. Any suggestions or any advice in this area? Yes, I've got my friends are behind me. I don't have much space in here, but they are certainly welcome to the fire as well. It's about maybe 1 o'clock here, so you've only been traveling for about another hour when you heard this. She says, if you intend on carrying, I came from the east. Is that the direction I'm sorry, the west I came from. Is that the direction you're headed? Oh, no, we're heading to the west. So, any advice? Any?
None. I've come across nothing. Nothing I could not handle. I heard tell that there was bandits who were causing troubles on these roads, but I have not come across them in my travels thus far. I'll be heading to the east. Any word on the road in that direction?
No, again, well, we were encountered some rather creepy little blue mites, but they weren't too much of a threat. I'm assuming if you're out here on your own, you must be pretty capable, so I trust you'll be okay.
She smiles at you. I get by. Well, if you intend on carrying on, I don't want to keep you. Happy travels, and safe.
Why, thank you, madam.
And she turns back, and she once again starts strumming away on the lyre. So, Vaz, you make your way back to the camp. What do you tell everyone? Or not camp, but you back to the rest of the party. What do you tell everyone?
Yeah, I'll just say I saw this. I encountered this a woman up there traveling alone. She's by her little fire and playing her lyre, but was very polite, appeared no threat, and said the road ahead was clear. She did mention she'd heard there were bandits, but hadn't encountered them.
Seems strange for a individual to be out here in the middle of nowhere, calling attention to herself with a melody of some kind. What did you think she would be okay? Do we need to help her?
I took it that somebody who is out there in the open without hiding herself and on her own is pretty capable. She didn't seem naive. So
that makes sense. Yes.
Do we know of any rumors of people specters like luring people off the roads or whatnot? Because this screams siren to me.
Yeah. What is... Let's see here.
Oh, you're
I'll
so paranoid, Remy.
take a look at your character sheet, Remy. This will be easier for me.
Huh?
All right.
I'm concerned
said
that
that.
somebody alone is out there by themselves. And we've seen the danger we faced.
True.
Everything
As is
seems to present
capable,
danger.
so
Wolves, little blue creatures, forest fires. Seems like there's non-stop danger traveling with you bunch.
You're
Yeah.
pretty sure, Remy, that you heard of the lethal... So the siren and her lethal lyre.
in these parts,
Yeah, right in these parts, yeah.
I say we avoid this woman at all costs and do not anger her.
I'm gonna anger her.
Yeah, but I'll tell I'll tell you a rousing story at camp tonight. Just let's avoid her.
Are you saying she's dangerous?
I'm saying she could be.
I will
And
point
so
out,
this-
Ramirez's bonus to Arcana is 0.
And so
You told me what I think I know.
If anyone
so-
wishes to, no, this is exactly what Ramirez knows. So you give context for those who did know Ramirez from before, like Vaz and Brommel. This is not. If you're thinking of someone who's a wise, knows everything kind of bard, that is not the character that Sean is playing.
That's
I got 10 intelligence, 10 wisdom. It's all charisma, baby.
Yeah.
That's great.
So you're saying she's dangerous, and we're just going to leave her here, like a bandit trap, waiting for passersby?
If she is who I think she is, she'll be fine.
Oh, that's interesting. Who do you think she is?
The wandering siren of the lyre.
You know that if you say her name,
Lethal liar.
it's said that anywhere along this road she can hear it.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I need to make a note of this. Excuse me, I'm going to get my parchment. And I walk away.
So, anything
So
else?
if anybody goes talks to her, it's Vaz or Shara. Just that's it. Sirens are not, that deadly to women.
What about the goblins?
I don't know. Do you find humanish people attractive?
No.
You should be fine then.
She wants to make half goblin, half human babies?
You know of spiders that eat after, right?
Spiders. I'm not big on spiders.
They will eat you.
Did this woman
saying
seem
if
like
we
she
leave her
might
here?
eat you, Vaz?
She seemed most friendly.
The siren would seem friendly to a woman.
So let me get this
Fine,
straight.
we just shall not go over there.
You're saying this woman, if the men talk to her, she's going to eat them after she
Mates with
makes them friends?
Not guaranteeing it, but there is a possibility.
And you want to leave her here?
Yes, I would not want to be one of the victims.
Uh-huh.
He starts inching his way further down the road. Come on, let's go.
So if there's a
Man, I got to take dubious knowledge now. That's going to be perfect.
I actually love dubious now.
Hey Trog, if there was a crew of bandits scoping out the road, ready to ambush the next merchant that came by, would we just let the bandits go because they were dangerous? Let them spring their trap?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
Shall I go and ask her if she's planning to kill the men of my party?
If
I thought
Trog has seemed shifty at any point, I think this is his most shiftiest moment. Why are you asking me?
I mean, Darwinius, if we saw the bandits crouched at the road, sorry, Trog, and they were going to spring on a merchant caravan, would we let the bandits just sit there and wait to take their next Victims? What about you, Vaz?
Well, I find it hard to condemn someone who's been most civil.
So if the bandits offered you dinner and then left them behind till they trapped for emergency, you'd be okay with it?
Well, I've seen no hostile.
Now this woman
So
is a
far.
bandit? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out, like, when do we intervene with if we think something's a threat, and when do we, like, just go around it because we don't want to get involved? What are we not?
Well, whenever we see danger,
So we're trying to avoid danger
I am.
and leave it behind for other people.
Well, maybe other more capable people. Maybe a party of adventuring women who take down sirens.
Perhaps. Okay, I was just curious. I wasn't sure. I'm a little new to this.
You can go talk to her, Shara. She's not a danger to you.
How do you know?
These are all very fascinating lines of reasoning. Perhaps we should organize a debate. We can work through all of this together, or we should just move on. I don't know.
And it's in the middle of the pouring rain on this muddy road. You're all exhausted and even invigorated
it
by
sounds
this.
like we're setting up camp here
love
to
it.
rest and debate
I think
this.
so.
Yeah. Ramirez is
No,
over here
it's
is like,
different.
I don't go into combat unarmed, and I do not think this debate will fare me any better. Let's go.
All right, we'll just keep walking then.
Well, we're camping though, right? We did our.
I was only 1 hour
Yeah.
into the second thing, so
You got
Oh,
three more
right,
hours
right,
of
right,
travel,
right, right.
yeah.
Yes.
So we're already fatigued, so it's not like we're going to avoid fatigue by not walking.
Yeah. Yep. I forgot. what's
So
on
then-
Yep.
that was great.
What you find is... Oh,
Lady of the
there you
Liar.
go.
I'm putting that in the compositions.
Perfect. All
Is
right,
there
so
a
getting closer?
feeling heroic -1 in the conditions? I don't know.
All right, so then bring ourselves back to Yield Campsite. And if
Okay.
past sandbox campaigns are any indication, we'll get very familiar with this battle map.
Yes, and in fact, I meant to mention that I don't know who it was Jonathan, whoever put sort of a little bit of our party. There we go. Some standard SOP for things that we're doing in terms of camping.
Oh,
and that sort of
nice.
thing.
In the...
Yeah, just in the party notes / loot.
Oh, great. Okay, so let's see here.
Yeah, I think there's more things we can add because I wasn't here when this started, but camouflaging the camp, sneaking in pairs, and then rules to live by in Kingmaker. I don't know who wrote that, but it's pretty great. Work together. 2, don't fight everything. 3, exploration is a fun word. 4, the Valley of Fire is not a fun place. 5, sneak in pairs.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Was it Jamie that put that there, or was it
Good
you,
job.
John?
yeah. It wasn't me.
Oh, it's Jamie.
Jamie.
Nice.
That's great.
Well, I think 'cause
Awesome,
when
Jamie.
we talked about things, Jamie or Bromwell was like, okay, let's go to the Valley of Fire, and they're like, unless you want. That's awesome.
Awesome.
All right, so I've adjusted light. Does not persist, right? As a spell.
The light spell.
Yeah.
It's not
permanent, right?
Actually,
No.
I think it back. I was about to look it up myself. Here we go. I already pulled it up. Where's the duration? Until the next time you make your daily preparations.
Okay, so it would have gone out last night.
Yeah. So
Then,
I would have to cast it again.
this morning. Okay.
I think the limitation is you only have one at a time on, so.
And that as well. So what I would do, I think, is cast it on an object before I go to sleep.
Okay.
I can keep
Someone
that
else's
object.
pillow.
Exactly. And people are like, I can't sleep. Keep it there in case it's necessary, because considering what we just went through, I think it'd be helpful to have some extra.
Okay, so let me put the. I'll put your token back on. There we go. Got your light back on.
Oh, awesome.
All right. So everyone is sitting around the old campfire. So let's do some camping, guys.
Awesome.
Right.
All right. So first things first. Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to definitely get faster with this part of the game too, as we get more familiar with it. More familiar, I should say. All right, so you spend 2 hours searching the site. This is something one person can do, and I think 2 can assist. So this is a survival check. Who wants to make the survival check, and who wants to assist with this?
I'm happy to assist. I am trained in.
Let me take a look at the
survival.
SOP. Actually, if you guys have, I'm not
that
sure.
One's not in there. It's not. It's not fully
Not
defined
like
yet,
assigned
'cause-
by characters.
No,
Okay.
no, not yet.
That's
But
cool. So
I'll update it as we're going.
okay. So then, who wants to make the survival check, and does anyone wish to assist? This one, you. Let's see here. It does not appear that you need to be trained for this one. So, any 2 can assist with this roll. Who would like to go?
I mean, I have survival. I'm not great at it, but
I have survival as well. I have an okay score in it.
I have a 2.
I've
So I can
got a
help you.
3 randomly.
Yeah, I'll help you.
Vaz, what's
Okay.
your survival score?
My survival score is. Apologies, I think it's 4, but let me
Oh, nice. Okay, great.
check.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Survival, where are we hiding? 4, yes.
Does
Okay.
anyone have stealth, or was that just?
So this is a separate thing. The preparing the campsite is separate from camp activities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this
I
is just
see.
finding it. So why don't we have so the 2 since Trog and Drowinius are trained in it, why don't you each give us just a survival check? If you get a 20 or more, you're adding +1 to Vaz's roll each.
Okay. Sorry, and I'm also just making note that these.
Okay.
This may be our SOP.
Here we go.
So,
Okay,
you guys
there
looking
we go.
around to see if you can find Nat
Yeah.
20 from Trog, which means
Oh,
+2.
nice.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Okay, here we go.
Should have
50,
had
okay,
trouble
so
doing the roll.
Baz, you're getting a +2 to your survival roll. The DC here is a 15.
Okay, so I've included it in the roll.
Okay.
Oh, a hero point.
You want to hero point that?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, +2.
After that, I needed to.
Add 1. The campsite is a mess.
I'm taking the better of the 2, right?
Nope. You can use it to rest and to perform daily preparations, but it isn't good enough to allow for campsite activities at all.
Oh,
Worse.
none. Okay, well, that's the end of that.
Worse, your attempt to secure a campsite has possibly attracted the attention. Attempt a flat check against the encounter zone's DC. If successful, a random encounter automatically
great.
occurs.
The Lady of the Liar
That's
has our
awesome.
scent. We're screwed.
This is awesome.
Okay, I mean, 2 days of travel in the rain, you're also exhausted, so that it makes sense that this might be a challenging thing. All right.
Oh, and you guys wanted to push on.
Let's
You're not wrong.
make that check. The encounter zone difficulty for here is a 12. So here we go.
We have a shot. We got a shot.
Let's make this roll. Nope. No encounter today, so in spite of the terrible conditions. Unfortunately, you cannot do anything, so which means you're going to have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no. I still
I've
have
been
to.
working on this tale for like the 3 hours we've been walking. Now I can't tell it.
No, can't tell it. You can't cook a meal. You can't go hunting. You can't organize a watch.
Rations it is.
Can't
It's
relax.
alarms or traps.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not a pleasant evening. So what that means is we'll skip past that stage. Tell us all about how you guys are feeling in this camp today.
Water has gotten everywhere.
Yeah. I think you
Thoroughly
misjudged
soaked.
where, maybe where to set the tent up, and it ended up flooding while you guys weren't paying attention, so everything is soaked inside.
Or that maybe perhaps that strange woman cursed us
say
in
her
some
name.
way.
Don't
I
say her
didn't.
name.
I was this close. I did not. But maybe she cursed us to find a terrible campsite.
Well, something cursed us.
Do we get what happens, Kevin, in terms of fatigue? Do we get to?
You do get. I was just double checking that. So you do get to
Okay.
to rest still, and you still get to do daily preparation. So a night's rest is what you
Okay.
need in order to to gain your your abilities and stuff back, and to get rid of fatigue.
That's good.
And you still are able to eat. So you're going to have to eat something from your rations. You're not going to be able to prepare meals using those the ingredients that you guys picked up. So everyone, let's see here. We cross off.
It's like I think literally every time we just barely got a fire started, like suddenly just rain pours down and like wind comes through, just blows the whole thing out. Like, come on!
When you had a hell of a time, like all the wood you found is just sodden, so it splits open. It just takes forever to get started. It's just a complete pain in the ass.
So as a point of order going forward, when we experience these kinds of situations, I will use my magical light to give us some illumination, and I will kind of center it at the middle of camp where you already have that torch there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so we have some light.
Yeah.
When we have to eat our rations and we can't make meals, I'm taking off the rations on my character sheet instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that sound
Me
good?
too.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've been doing as well.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So then it is, 1 day of rations you can cross off, and then it is resting time. So let's send a couple of encounter checks down, tumbling down the Tower of Doom here. All right. Hush you. Then let's hear, Vaz, would you give us a D5 roll, please? We'll see if custom holds and you roll a 1.
Yep. You feeling comfortable, guys?
Oh, close.
All right, so Trog, it is during your watch.
Man, it was my watch last time too, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yep.
So it's during your watch that everyone else is sleeping in the tent as best they can. You have managed to get a fire started. One of the things is that between Drolwinius and Trog, you guys do not have a shortage for ability to make magic fire. So you will eventually. It's smoky and whatnot, but with the downpour coming in, or the wind and the rain, your smoke signal, or the plume of smoke from your fire, is likely to get lost in the rain anyway. No one's going to spot it from the road or anything like that.
I feel like there's a little bit of Tim the Enchanter going on. Like every time the thing goes out, we're like, the campfire just light it up again.
So, Trog, what do you like? What's going through your mind as everyone else is sleeping? We'll assume that you're, just for convenience, this is about mid. You managed to get a couple hours of sleep, then you were woken up. So you're finishing your check here, or you're finishing your watch. The rain is pissing down. What's going through Trog's mind? Let's stick everyone in the tent too.
I think that he's annoyed because, he's got to work with these other people, and they're just, not necessarily, they're very different from him. Not that he thinks that they're not smart, but they're very different from the way he thinks, and so it's a lot to get adjusted to. So he's probably, in his mind, kind of at this point, while they're all sleeping, he's probably thinking about each of them and kind of trying to like maybe understand the way they think a little better, you know, like almost like plotting out their characteristics a little bit.
Who does Trog think is most like him?
Oh man, he at first he thought it was Shara, but she was way too goody two shoes today, trying to go attack that siren lady. That was weird. What's she thinking? It's not our issue. So now he's not sure. Maybe that is what he's thinking. Like, I don't know. Who am I going to be friends with?
And who is the one who is the most different from Trog's thought processes and values?
Probably Druinius is like, he's just like academic and doing things by the book, and I don't know. That's very bizarre to him.
So as you're sitting there and thinking about this stuff, you think you hear something.
Oh no.
Do you hear music?
Oh, gosh.
We created.
Honestly, like Remy filled his head with like a lot of fear for music. He would probably be waking everybody up as soon as he hears music.
So we cut to inside the tent. Everyone is asleep in this, like they finally got their wet bedrolls and stuff all together. What happens as Trog comes running in?
He's like coming in the tent. He's like probably got a torch or something that he's lit to like light it up. There's music. There's music. She's coming.
Remy goes, the liar, the liar.
Remy, would you give us a will save, please?
Absolutely.
Who's a liar?
Me. No.
Nat 20. Awesome.
Nice.
So you leap out ready to go into action. So tell me, or tell us, everyone, what does everyone do? We don't need to put this in order.
I think Remy just, he really believes that. I mean, it's obviously made up, but he believes it. So he like whips out, leaps out of his blanket, drawing his blade in one flourish motion, and was looking around for her, and then probably gets caught up in the fabric of the tent.
Okay.
Yep, I'll scramble to my feet, reach for my shield and my sword.
Okay.
Yep, I'll stand up, grab my staff with the light spell on it.
Okay.
And Trog is probably waving the torch around outside, like searching to see something.
You do have dark
lighting
vision.
it up for like no, I know
else.
that, but he realizes now that his compatriots cannot see anything, and that was part of the problem when those blue guys came. So the torch is for his friends.
Does Trog? I'm asking only because I know Trog had no fucking money. Does Trog have a torch on his character sheet, or is he borrowed it from someone else?
He's probably grabbed someone else's.
I'll mark one.
Oh
off.
no, actually, I do have torches. Never mind. It was part of my pack.
Okay, so Trog is standing a little bit further away from the fire.
Yeah,
Waving
waving the torch around. It's probably like right here.
Drowinius is up. Vaz has got a sword and board out this time. Remy is out with his sword drawn. What is Shara doing?
Shara's up, and what's going on? It's the music.
Do we
I
hear
don't
the
know
music?
if she really draws the connection right away, but then she's like, "Oh, yeah, the story."
Why doesn't everyone give us a perception check, please?
Still
We're
fatigued,
still
right?
fatigued, but yeah.
Still fatigued, unfortunately, yeah. But that's only to AC and saves, though, I think, right? Not to ability checks?
Looks like it, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
At 20.
Ramirez is looking for it.
Vaz, you're the one who heard that music most clearly. And you can hear it almost maddeningly on the edge of your vision, or edge of your senses.
Despite my perception check.
Despite your perception. In fact, because of your perception check.
Interesting.
You say out loud, I think, I hear it. And Trog, like, oh, you can for sure hear it now.
Yeah. See? Music.
Shara, Remy, and Drowinius. Sound of falling rain.
Interesting. Are you certain? I hear nothing. Just the elements.
As soon as he goes quiet, Vaz, you're like, quiet. You could swear you could hear it. He was just talking.
This is not good. Maybe I was wrong here. So I'll get out of the tent and have a look out.
I love you. You guys are all in the tent.
Wait, do the men not hear it? Maybe it only affects goblins and women. You've got the myth wrong.
Oh,
Cher looks over at Remy and Drorinius and then she's like, what about the story?
Oh, he's not imagining it.
maybe this is a siren that likes ladies. It's probably unheard of. He sheaths his sword and tries to listen more.
Yeah, you're pretty sure, Remy, that you can't hear anything. There's just rain and wind. Shara, likewise, and Drowinius for that. Or sorry, Trog and Drowinius, likewise. You can't hear anything now.
So can I hear where it's? Do I know a direction it's coming from, or is it?
It seems to be almost everywhere. And it's not constant. It's just like it's coming up every now and then. And more so when you hear someone else trying to talk. If someone else speaks, you're like, quiet!
This is not normal. This is not natural.
I have a class feature that might come into play here, even though we know this is all just, fakeness. But he believes they hear something. So maybe I'll do a counter performance, just against the music that I can't hear.
Sure, yeah. Give us a what does Remy do? This might be enough to sort of rally the frazzled nerves of everybody.
It's the performance check that can be used in place of what their check was.
Why don't you give us a performance check? Let's see how your song goes over.
I'll banish it with my own music. I'll hero point that.
String breaks.
Doink. Nope.
Okay. So
hear it.
What is Remy? Remind us again. What is Remy's performance?
He's a singer. So he tries to pick up a tune and just gets water in his mouth. And just it's a little cold, so he's probably just stuttering a bit and just sputtering and
He yawns.
Yeah, yawns really big.
I think.
Oh god, guys! I think it's just in your heads.
His pitch is probably off just because he's nervous, right? Because he's the one who. He wasn't lying when he was telling that story. He fully believed that story he told you. So he's maybe trying to do his best to try and soothe your nerves. I think that probably after about 5 minutes, Vaz, you are able to realize that you can't. You're 100% sure you heard it. Same thing for you, Trog. But you can't hear it anymore.
Went away.
Clearly, this lady is not gone her travels, as she said. This is not good.
She's out there somewhere.
Anything you guys wish to do?
Well, she's a magical creature then, from your description. Remy?
Sirens
She's not a real woman.
I think they're real. Sirens are fae, I think.
Maybe
Right, but she's a creature of magic.
Maybe you're just overtired.
Yeah, maybe I need to rest. Someone else take watch.
Well,
Maybe
if there's magic involved, I can see if I can sense anything.
Good idea.
So I'll emerge from the tent. I got my staff, so I have some illumination.
Again, I love you. Like a bunch of kids at a sleepover. You're all huddled around the lit staff. You go outside.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm hearing like an echo. But
I got Dave. I can mute you guys in roll 20. It's my magic power.
I'm still getting it. But I just imagine like people from outside the tent can see our shadows on the tent, like talking and like gesturing.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So if you step outside,
So I step outside like there.
Yep.
And then I'm going to cast my Detect Magic. There it is. So it goes 30 feet. It doesn't detect anything other than just if there's some magic in that range.
Okay.
Not the type, nothing else.
Okay, so you detect in the 30-foot radius from where you are, there's nothing you can see.
Okay.
And
so
looking at your allies,
I will just...
let me see here. If
I can ignore things that my allies I know my allies have that's magical.
Yeah, and what I was checking is to see so the precise phrasing of it, its effects. So you would know that if they were under the effect of some kind of magical thing, you would be able to detect that. Doesn't appear that anyone is under any magical effect. Not that you can sense at least.
Okay. Yeah, great. So I just kind of like, I've got my staff and I sort of like push the entryway into the tent aside a little bit with the staff and go, seems clear. I think unless it's farther away,
there's a
or
brief
some
moment,
power beyond.
Maybe that you think of sharing that, but if there's powerful illusion magic at play, I may not sense it. But then you see the sort of panicked look on your powerful half-orc or powerful orc companion. You're like, maybe we don't need to feed that fire.
I'm learning my lesson as we go along, and I'm like, I think it's clear.
Ramirez looks at Trog because he knows he was out there keeping watch alone. And is like, did the mushrooms have something funny on them, and you sneak one, Trog?
I don't think so. I feel fine.
We should get out of this rain.
It seems like tricks of the mind, perhaps.
But that is the magic that this creature would perform, correct?
That is a good point. But I'm not sensing. I'm not sensing that. So perhaps there's nothing.
At least there's
Something
no
to think
harm
about.
seemed to come of it.
So far,
Check the rations.
Yes, agreed.
Was the melody at least good? Can you describe it to me?
Checking your last roll better than yours.
Yeah, you
I
can't
didn't hear it.
Trog, and like you couldn't even describe what the music sounded like. And Vaz, same thing too. Like you remember what you heard before, and you're pretty sure that's what you heard this time. But
It was very, very odd. As you say, since you couldn't hear, it just felt as if it was inside me. Surely some sorcery.
I don't know, magical music. If I could perform it, I would be a magical siren goblin, I guess.
That's an interesting image.
I'm not so comfortable with these strange ways.
I'm concerned about not getting a full night's rest, so perhaps we should continue our watch. I'll go to sleep. I'll take over if that would help, and let's move on from this place. Seems like it might be haunted or cursed. I do not know. I'm sure it's fine.
Remy's going to volunteer
Everybody
for
go
the
to
next
sleep.
shift because if the music comes back,
Okay.
he wants to hear it.
Feel you are the most susceptible to it, Remy.
Yeah.
Music is my thing.
Oh, but you made it sound like you are the target audience.
Maybe I'm looking to get into trouble. Who knows?
What was it? I forget. I don't remember. I forgot what the roll was. How far into our evening were
this was
overnight?
third watch, and you guys need 2-hour watches, so it'll be 6 hours into the evening.
Okay. And do we know who?
So
who
it's
we
basically the
didn't,
time it
obviously
is
make
in James's house right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll take James's lead because he knows what it feels like. My suggestion would be that whoever, because we didn't make a specific list, unless we were just going the order
Yeah,
on
I've gone
screen
the order, gotcha.
of who or whatever.
I'm just for convenience.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
so
it's been James, George. No, hold on. You guys aren't there. Your characters are there. Vaz, Drowinius, Trog, Shara, and Remy.
okay,
So I guess
we
it
have
would
2
make sense.
left.
Yeah.
Yep. So all right. Well, that seems like it makes the most sense based on what's happening.
I will tell you that I need to make sure that I have a bigger meal before we start flipping through this, because I just looked at sweet pancakes on page 119, and I'm like, boy, pancakes would be really fucking good right now.
I had pancakes for breakfast.
Oh,
I
nice.
actually had to be told I had my favorite diners, pancakes and blueberry pancakes and rancheros wrap for lunch today.
Oh, come on.
You know Reds,
Stop.
Dave? Have you been to Reds
Now I wanna
on 4th
go.
Street? Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Such a good diner.
I had blueberry pancakes, hash browns, and nice bacon.
Well, I have an IHOP I can walk to that's 24 hours, like literally 2 minutes away. So please stop because I'm about to go there. No, I do love all the cooking. All the cooking stuff and the recipe stuff I think is really cool and ingenious.
Yeah, too bad Dorman's not here, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that game switched games enough that eventually we'll cycle around to PF2 again.
Right.
We have GURPS up next, but
Yeah, exactly.
okay. Then
All right, so I think we should. Yeah, I think it seems to me like we should continue the watch where we left off.
okay. So
With
then
Remy
let's
next.
drop one more with 10 hours. All right. So then, guys, with your with Remy, unless I guess Remy replace Trog to sit up for a bit, then Trog, you be on the last hour of this, and it would be early into the next morning. So Dave, would you give us 3d20 once again, please? And this is now the 8th of Farast. Ooh. That is no fun at all. So, what that means is you finally see an end to the rain. The weather is, I mean, typical for a spring day here, and there is no inclement weather event. So, you guys get your full night's rest, get rid of your fatigue condition, pack up your camp, assuming you're not going to stay here for the evening. And what this means is you can get a full 8 hours of travel without incurring fatigue today. So, good news.
Great.
If you make any changes to your spell preparation, just be sure to do that.
Yep. No, I'm good. Status quo on that.
I think Vaz, you have. Did you dream of that song again last night? I don't know.
I'm not happy about it.
Sorry, George, what were you going to say?
Just for future reference, my SOP for waking up in the morning, doing my daily preparations, is to then immediately cast Mage Armor, which lasts until my next daily preparations, just so I don't have to point it out each time.
Okay. And then we are ready to hit the road once again, guys. So let me bring us back to the old travel mat. I really do love the wagon. It was not planned
I do
whatsoever.
too. I was wondering where you find that somewhere.
One of the Roll20 sets. I can't remember which one, but it's one of those. They have that thing now where, like, if you're a subscriber at a certain level, you get that free package every month.
Yeah.
I think it came in one of those.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, I love with the shadow and everything. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cool. I like that. Like, if I could find a way to easily generate maps like that and to consistently do that, I'd be interested in having a 3/4 perspective thing to give a try to a dungeon that in that way. But I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to sit and fucking draw everything for it. So.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of effort.
There is a program that does allow you to do that, though. But
Oh, interesting.
our buddy Pete over at Garblag Games, he ran a PF2 game using a 3/4 perspective thing, and it looked fucking awesome.
Really? Oh, I have to go look that up.
Yeah. And folks at home, if you have not checked out Pete's games, Garblag Games runs a wide variety of different games. Many of the same games we do, but also a lot of games we don't, like the Free League games. We don't really run them much on the channel here at all, by which I mean not at all. They've run quite a few of them, like Alien, and I can't remember what else, but a couple things. And they're great folks to boot. So
3/4 perspective. Is it like isometric?
Yep.
Top down kind of?
Yep, like Diablo, basically.
Ah.
And if you think it's just a roundabout
experience-
way for me to make the sound of like the imps dying, then you're right.
There was a program I fiddled with. It did like isometric map drawings for like Pathfinder, but I never dug into it big. So
No, it's something I should check out because I mean I think it would look cool. All right, so then for today's travels, I have pre-generated our day. So that is to morning. Oh,
this is the Thrust 8th, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I did say that already though. You're not hanging off on my every word, John. I'm shocked. Shocked, I say.
I might have been composing.
All right.
Nice.
So what? Here's the good news: is halfway through your day, guys, you will reach. Alt is what I want to hit. Here we go. I think they're called the cataphracts, right?
That sounds familiar.
Not the cataphract. Cataphract, I think, is an armored warrior. Cataracts.
No, I think it actually cataract. That's
cataract.
Right,
Yeah,
that's right.
cataphract is something else I was reading.
Yeah, it's
Cataphractic
well.
is,
Also, there's
Heavily armed horsemen.
Yeah.
Armored.
yes, and there was a class in there's a class in Hyperborea. Cataphractic.
Oh yeah. That's it was
Cataphractic
actually
and armored cavalry.
there was a it's armored cavalry because I was reading an Ars Magica adventure that has ghostly cataphracts in it, and I was like, it's a ghost river. And then I read it, I'm like, no, you are very dumb, Kev. So, okay. Let's see here. The description of this is, here we go. The Crooked Falls, the Shrike River cascades over a series of waterfalls here, each of which drops down 10 to 30 feet. In all, there are 5 cascades over the course of a mile, and the river is quite wide as well. So you know what? I looked up after last session, because we're talking about it, what the width of rivers were. And here, I just don't remember what the results. Man, it's weird. First thing that comes up, width of Queen Bed. What was I looking up before? Okay.
No judgment, Kev.
yeah.
Not vocally, anyway.
New sheets is good. It's always good. Having good sheets is good.
Let's see here. Thank you, NASA. NASA has how wide are rivers? Thanks, NASA.
Wow.
As wide as the water flowing through them.
Yeah.
I do think there's some like specific, number that they tend to.
Yeah, at least 90 meters across. So this is a pretty wide
It's
river.
about 300 feet.
About that. 30 to 90 meters. It's not quite the same length, but it's around a yard. A yard is a
using
little
this very esoteric measuring system that we
yes.
don't comprehend.
Reminds me of the
295.2.
joke that was making the rounds on Twitter this week about there's a meteor that hit in Texas, and they're like, it's the size of 2 small elephants, and they're like, we'll do anything other than fight, use the metric system.
That's pretty well.
That's great.
Yeah.
How big was the meteor? Size of an F-150.
Yeah. Okay, so what?
It's 2 bowling alleys wide. Like what? Why are we doing this?
So what you find is these I mentioned the cataracts because this is where somewhere there are rumored to be hidey holes underneath some of these places where bandits might hide themselves. But it's spread. These again, the river is quite wide, and there are different points where you're able to access those waterfalls, and they're spread over a mile. So. Unless you guys are intending on ending your day here, we will be, I'm assuming, carrying on.
Yeah, we're trying to make it to the
question,
fort, right?
Is the fort? Yeah, is the fort RL5?
Fort Serenco, yeah.
Okay. What do you think we should do?
Well, after being soaked the last couple of days, I'd rather not get more wet, and that water was cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
have to cross
preferably somewhere
eventually,
dry.
Should we press on then?
Okay.
As long as it's not raining, we'll press on.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Then, allow me to visit our campsite for a moment here. For no reason. No reason at all.
No reason. Just just want to remember what it looks like.
Oh, and yeah, everyone got their hero point. That's good. That's good. Guys, we're 12 minutes off in the last half hour of the game, which means another hero point for everyone. You guys can get it early.
I'm sure we're not going to need it. You're just pointing that out for no reason. So
We've
that's
already topped out, so you can have my extra one.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, Jonathan, you're doing well enough. You haven't even had to spend.
I spent one,
so
but
far.
my performance check still sucked.
I keep going to 0, so that's quite a difference.
You don't spend as many hero points if you don't make attacks. It's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's no matter what I do. I can't claim to be as much of a target to roll 20 as Jeffrey, but I'm kind of in the middle.
Jeff, I may have been thinking of you. I don't know if you saw there's an illustration I found, a Shadowrun illustration I found that is the best fucking example of someone rolling a terrible roll. Of like there's an error thing that comes up on whatever device this woman is working on, and she's looking around like, who? And there's a guy in the background who's going, oh! I was like, that is one of Jeff's rolls for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's so good. It really,
We're doomed.
The amount of personality in that one illustration is just so good. All right, so you guys are going along here, and I needed to grab a different group of folks here. Oh boy, it's reached that point of the evening where it's just chugging. I wonder if Firefox it keeps things cached so it just slows down over the course of the evening. There were other when we used some other browsers, that used to be the case, and then we'd have to refresh at some point. This is going back years now, but because it is chugging.
I lost a bunch of video about 10 minutes ago and had to refresh.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Maybe it's just not optimized for Daesh.
It just sounds like they're doing a lot of under the hood updates to Roll20, and it's and as all the browsers are as well at the same time. It just so happens, and they're all interacting with each other in
for sure
great ways.
And it's not, I've been grousing about Roll20 the last couple of weeks, but honestly, the amount of times it has been absolutely flawless, and the amount of neat new features that we've seen added to it, I'm complaining, the alternative would be us talking on the phone, so really,
I did do that when I was in 8th grade, all of us on the phone.
Early on, we would
hours.
hold up a webcam to show people the map of where we were playing. Describe for me where you want to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I did that with Chad's group because I was playing with them live in Winnipeg, and then I moved back to Calgary, And I did that for about a year before I finally just told Chad, like, this is just not working. But
I did the same thing too.
You guys have to like take the laptop and point it at the battle map so I can see what's going on. I'm like, this is just, I might as well just bow out.
Yeah.
He's like, no, just only a little bit left. Just finish it. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit better. We'll give Roll20 credit.
Precisely. Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Okay. So.
What was the name of the fort again?
Fort Serenko.
Serenko, perfect.
And thank you. I like saying it.
That's right.
Because it sounds like Steranko, right?
Well, sometimes there's unpronounceable names, you know. And that's a good one.
Well, I think because I prepped the campaign before as well, like I've got it fresh in my mind. Mm-hmm. So I always think of Jim Steranko, who is what he called. Hold up, I need a
Very hard to rhyme.
He's a comic book artist.
comic artist, yeah. Yep. And also the Steranko was the basis for Kirby's Mr. Miracle because he worked as an escape artist when he was younger.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's one of these guys who has just a really interesting backstory. He used to do these fun things on Twitter. Like Sunday night, he'd have story time with Uncle Jim. And then he kind of lost his mind over COVID and kind of became a bit of a... He's very old, so it's kind of like, well, we'll follow him now, but yeah. But yeah, neat guy. Like that's Mr. Miracle was created with Steranko in mind.
Steranko was hard to rhyme with, but I found something.
You found? Yeah.
Tempo.
Good. Looking forward to hearing all these compositions.
Right, guys.
I'm keeping in a journal in prose.
Okay.
Oh, you're putting them into the journal? Oh, that's awesome.
No, if you go to Remy's composition, I'm literally journaling our
cool.
in prose per day.
So, guys, let me bring you over to our ye old road. Here we go. I have placed all of you guys right around here. Boom.
Twins.
Yep.
Would you guys, without moving yourself forward or back, would you kindly put yourself in your marching order? Are there two batches of you guys on here?
Yeah, to the north.
The hell are you guys doing up there?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing up there?
Those are our reinforcements.
Yeah. Right.
We're playing.
into the
we're
pit.
suddenly playing. We're playing Paranoia. Those are clone number 2
Yes,
for everybody.
exactly.
With Brommel not here, I think I'll be up near Vaz towards the front.
Okay. So don't move yourself any further past where Vaz is. Stay in the same area that you guys have yourself, because that is where I have my trap. I mean,
And I get Vaz.
I think I should be looking. I should be at the rear guard here because you know.
Are you sure? I mean, you got so much reach with that weapon of yours. I mean, I'll give you 10-foot space.
okay, that's.
I just want to
we're
be in the
happy
middle,
with
so I'm good
everyone's
here.
positioning here. Now, tell us what's going. This has been, in spite of the shitty weather and the weird dreams and that maddening music, today has been a bit of a good day, and the Cascades are quite picturesque. While it's not necessarily something that would bring tourists to them, they are quite impressive. And there is. I don't think it's a universal thing necessarily, but for myself, I find the sound of Cascades to be quite relaxing. Rapids are just it's not like a irritating white noise. It is a relaxing sound. And that's what you've been traveling past for a full mile along. And I think, Trog, maybe if you are sharing, like, you could tell stories you've heard of bandits that have hid away. There's caves underneath those waterfalls. You don't know where they are, but that some legendary bandits have used them as storage points and hideaways.
Right.
Mm-hmm. How's everyone feeling this is about if you've been traveling for about 7 hours at this point.
Wow. Baz is wanting to put the past behind her. The last day hasn't been good. The camp fiasco has annoyed her.
This is where we're actually leaving the road next to the river, right? Very soon.
Fairly soon, yeah.
Yeah, I think Remy's eager to get to the end because as soon as we get off this road, we can stop worrying about the Lady of the Liar. She doesn't haunt the road anymore. Not where we're going.
I think Druinius, because all of this is such a new experience for him, he started out like he would normally do, just sort of cataloging everything.
Yeah.
As an academic, like, oh, look at that, what that mountain is, and like making a sketch, or writing down the tales that Remy's telling him about these various strange entities, etc. But what's starting to change him is the experience of all of it, actually living through it. And his in his backstory, his best friend was the opposite of him and was constantly going out on adventures. And Druinius never understood why he would want to leave the library where you could read, you could just read about all these things. And now he's starting to get a little bit of appreciation for what his friend got him motivated to go out into the actual world, because you can never get the same experience from just reading the books. This is so it's enlightening for him. Still very nervous. Still finds it dangerous, but also finds it fascinating.
It's been a day, but remember, like, you, jointed and stripped a centipede carcass. Did you ever do that before?
And like just getting, no, and just getting all of that on his hands would have prior to this, before leaving the library, would have been like the worst thing that could have happened to him, like getting that dirty, and he might touch a book that would mess up the book. And this was kind of in a very strange, maybe slightly I don't know a good word for it, but like a almost enjoyable way, actually cutting into the flesh of this thing and experiencing the life force of one being, the life force of myself, just was kind of mind-blowing. And it was like horrifying in one way, but like exciting in another way. And at the end of the day, though, was very happy is that Remy cast prestidigitation and cleaned him up.
Okay.
Best things in life tend to be messy, Darwinius.
Yes, I'm learning that.
Now, what about Shara or Trog?
I think Shara has been probably pretty quiet all day, and she's been so before she set out, she was a bookkeeper at a trading company, and when people weren't around, she would be like jumping up onto like a beam of wood with a rapier, and she'd be imagining all these like daring fights and swinging from ropes and duels and like being a swashbuckling adventurer. And now she's an adventurer, and she's been chased off the road by a fire and almost eaten by wolves, and creatures she doesn't even know what they are almost killed her and her friends. And there's been no daring do and no swashbuckling and then the rain and not sleeping and people arguing over what to do. And she's like, adventuring is not all it's cracked up to be. So she's kind of in a bit of a slump right now. She's trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm. And what about Trog?
Trog is still trying to figure out who he wants to be friends with. So, he's maybe been sending out some feelers all day. Like, so what do you think about fire? Pretty useful element, right? Cook with it, keeps you warm. Way better than water. That was shit, that rain, right? Brutal stuff.
Yeah.
Just judging people's reactions. Yeah.
Little membership cards for the Fire Appreciation Society.
It's all scorched and burned. There you go.
I would believe I had to go through to keep my paper, not wet.
We just started our own FAS, our card. We can all be card carrying members of the FAS.
It is at that point that you hear not one, but at least 2 of the hissing, scratching, and screeching sound of bush bogies.
Oh no.
How come we never encounter a catering team or something like that?
Well, that might have been what that siren lady was.
All right.
Everyone click on your token and kindly click on initiative, please.
All right.
We know what to do this time, guys.
Don't die.
Focus fire.
Stay alive.
And keep the healer alive so he can heal.
Well, you know, sometimes you can't focus fire because you can't see what to focus on.
Damn, Vaz, you were ready. Get in front of me, quick.
Has Remy been lecturing us on combat tactics between the fight?
No.
Because he's
Hold on.
going down on best friend checklist order here if he's been lecturing us.
I do have warfare lore, but he's not that skilled in it.
Okay. All right, Troy's last. That's great. There's a great, no, it's okay, then we'll get into this, but Savage Worlds has a great one. There's a great trait or an edge called Contemplative, I think. And basically what it is, anytime you get a 5 or less on your thing, you get a bonus to hit. So, like, even though you act really late in the round, you're like, yeah, there. So
That's all. I love that.
that's a really great way. To have a negative that's a positive. Okay, so Shara,
Exactly.
you are up first. What are you doing? You know
Shara
what these
is
bush bogies
going-
can do.
You know what? She's blocking it out, actually. She can't remember. She's like, I don't remember what these guys do. I just remember they were dangerous and they almost killed us. I couldn't remember what they were called.
Trog told you the story of one of their jaws that snapped a shin bone on a bandit.
Right. That wasn't Marcus. I mean,
So you have 3 actions, Sarah. What are you doing? Shara. Sarah.
she's going to load. She's got her hand crossbow out. But she's going to draw it back. And she's going to. Is there an aim?
Nope.
No. Then she's going to just move forward.
Okay, so that's 3 actions. Oh, hold on. You ready in action? You move forward, and one more. Or you load the crossbow.
She loads, moves forward, and shoots.
Okay. It's 60 feet, right?
Yeah, I think she's just a little
Okay,
outside.
so
her
minus
range.
2 to hit. Is it minus 2 per range band or minus 1?
I think it's 2.
It's
I
2?
think it's 2 also.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I'm second guessing myself. So go ahead, Shara. Ugh.
You know what? I haven't used any points yet, and I've already lost 2 because I'm sitting on 3 for the last little while. So let's
Go right ahead. Come on. I like having the separate roll for critical damage instead of it automatically prompting 2. Okay, so thwack, you fire, and I think you're just too eager to get in there. Awesome. Thank you, George. Then, Vaz, you're up next. 3 actions. What are you doing?
Vaz is going to stay exactly where she is and reserve an action to intimidate.
Remember, you can't reserve an action. You can spend 2 to ready 1 action.
Spend 2. No, exactly. Spend 2 to
Okay.
intimidate.
And there's nothing else you wish to do with that 1?
No, I'm where I need to be.
Okay. I'm exactly where I need to be.
I'm assuming I've got my, I'll get my glaive ready, get in the right stance.
You got it. Drowinius, you're up next.
All right, so I'm gonna move here. Why is it not? Let me just see where I wind up. 25, right there. Okay. So, first action, I move up. Second action, I cast shield. I won't even bother putting it in the chat. We know what it does. And then I will target the which one? I guess the technically closest one, this guy right here, with a Ray of Frost, which is 120 foot range.
If you moved up and you cast shields, unless Ray of Frost.
Oh, sorry. I don't cast shield. It's a 2 action.
So, if I might make a suggestion, you can cast shield, which is only 1, right? Maybe don't move in front of the tank.
Yeah.
Well, I was assuming they were all going to move in front of me.
Look at the turnover.
But yeah,
I think narratively speaking, narratively speaking, what you did is you saw Vaz go down and kind of, dig her boot in, ready to receive a charge or something like that.
True. Okay, yeah. So I'll take that. Try to play that I don't know when anybody's going. So I will stay there, shield. Then I will cast my Ray of Frost.
Okay.
And of course I close my character sheet accidentally. Here it comes.
Just in range too. Look at that. Awesome.
Yeah, just in range. That's why I initially was moving up, just to make sure.
Yeah.
But here we go.
Nat 20, beautiful. All right, so 10. Was it the top one or the bottom one?
It was the I'll ping it. This one right here.
Okay, so south.
And so here's what's great. On a critical success, not only does he take that 10 damage, but he takes a minus 10 foot status penalty to its speed for 1 round.
Nice. So you step forward and gesture. And after that kind of the shortfall of your produced flame last time, there may have been some questioning of your technique, but this one nails this thing, covers it in hoarfrost, and you can see it slowing down as it's charging in, which is what they're going to do next.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, let me make sure I'm using the right critter. I'm fairly certain I am here. I want to make sure. Because the random encounters are challenging for you guys. Here we go. Exploration.
They are.
But I want to... Yep. Jesus Christ.
Great.
Yeah, that's pretty great. I was like, am I sure I'm using the right version of this? Yeah, man. Yes, you are. All right.
2 is challenging.
But I like that. I think that's what makes it fun, intense,
it makes
all that.
And it's even like the simple encounters, like those mites were a lot less powerful than you. But it's interesting seeing that they're not trying to just fight you; they're trying to fuck you over in a different way.
That's true, and they did.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So this one is way slowed down and is only able to slowly kind of lope forward as it's shaking off that the ice. The other one.
Just want to point out that one of the things that's also fun about PF2 is that Ray of Frost also does a similar thing in D&D 5e where it reduces your speed. Mm-hmm. But because you can take 3 actions to move in PF2, you've lost 30 feet of movement. Yeah. Not just 10. So it's like that guy. That guy was... the PF2 action economy, it just feels... And I haven't played PF2 yet, but it seems as if you feel like you get more bang for your buck in your round. Like if you these things where you're getting up, if you have to wake up and get up and grab your stuff, you can get a lot closer to that than I need 2 rounds to get myself up, get all my gear, and get going. And there's more realism to the latter, but there's a lot of fun to the former. Great. Yep.
3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. All right. So they're not able to actually get in on you guys. When did you want to try and intimidate this thing, Vaz?
I was thinking exactly that. Can I do that now?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give us
one nearest me.
Intimidate check. And you don't need to share a language with them, right? Because you're orcish snarl.
Yeah.
Hero point?
No.
Damn.
Not that important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it is... Oh, and that's actually the slowing is done now. The reason in fiction as well, where people might have convinced you to stay back, Darwinius, is I think someone went down in 1 round in that first thing. Like these things came out when there was 2 of them, and someone went down almost immediately. Remy, you're up next.
Remy feels, a welling of inspiration, and it's the second chance to redeem him. So he's going to raise his sword up in the air and shout out a inspire courage to the group.
Nice.
As one action.
Cool.
And then he's going to, the pitch of the shout is going to change as he flings his sword, and he's going to shoot a phase bolt at the one closest to us.
Okay.
Which I will hero point because that is dumb.
Yeah, that's not great.
Now
1.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
luckily we're not
course.
playing with everybody's changed movements now because of roll of 1.
Yeah, we're not actually. I don't think we made a decision one way or the other. But my feeling is for a long-term campaign like this, fumbles aren't a lot of fun. You already
A
get
12 wouldn't hit it, would it?
what's that?
A 12 wouldn't hit it, would it?
Well, and that one's a miss. Full stop.
Well, I mean, from the first one, it would have been a 12,
No.
but I doubt a 12 hits. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Okay, so you unleash something, and it.
Basically, energy pulses from his blade just towards it and just dissipates before
Yeah,
it hits
misses.
it.
It also means, because we're not playing with fumbles, that the vase isn't tagged in the back of the head by it. So that's good.
She was in the way. She
We'll
was in the
take
way.
it.
Frog, you're up next. What are you doing?
Okay, Trog is going to just step a little bit to the side, so he's not going to hit Shara with this. Oops, he's dancing. We're here. He's going to say his new signature line, piss off! And he's going to fire his spell at this thing.
Which one? The one that's closest?
Yeah, the one that came up on us here.
Okay.
Oh, brutal.
Sheeper. You want to hero point that?
Yep. Let me just go to 2 hero points, because roll 20.
Come
And
on.
then try it again.
Say big money. Yes!
Yes.
There you go. That is a hit, not a crit. But you unleash this thing, and it's +1 damage. So that is 7 points of damage. And that is only one action. You still have one more action, Trog. Anything else you wish to do?
Well, his second action was to tell it to piss off.
Okay. Give us an intimidation check. Let's see.
Yeah, I guess he does have intimidation.
Yeah.
See the goblin going, "Arr, fire."
He's actually pretty good at intimidation. Oh, except I rolled
2.
terrible.
Yeah. You want to hero point that, or?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Come
right.
on.
We just fly.
Yeah,
through
you were
these things
successful
through.
last time. You frightened those 2 mites. Or mitflits.
Come on, roll 20.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Put
Holy
some fear
smokes.
in that thing.
So you scream at this thing. It's actually frightened 2. So it's going to take -2 to all its actions.
I
So
like it.
yellow 2. There we go. Jeff, you want to tell George what he missed?
Trog stepped over and he told this thing to piss off, and he made an intimidation roll, and he actually frightened it, and then he hit it with his signature elemental toss.
Okay.
Nice.
Then it is top of the round. Shara, what are you doing? Okay. So you're going to try and... Oh, you might be muted, Dave.
Yeah, sorry, I've
Okay.
been muting periodically. So Shara's going to try and snarl at it like she did the last group. It's already frightened. She doesn't really know that, but
Yeah.
she's going to do exactly that.
Okay. It's actually easier to frighten with this now. So go ahead and give us a intimidation check.
Wonder if you'll kick it up a notch and it'll run away. That's hilarious.
I think there's a very small chance of that. I'm getting at least one bite out of all of these things.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to hero point that? Oh, hold on. It targets will. Oh no, it's actually that would be a fail, even with the frightened.
Okay.
But you're not far off though. You want to hero point that?
Sure. What the heck?
You rolled an 8. There you go.
Nice.
So it's not going to be like it can't be more frightened by this, but it does trigger your thing. So you got panache now.
Okay.
So you have 2 more actions. What do you want to do?
I'm not going to move ahead of the. I'm going to hold an attack with my rapier. Actually,
So
no, wait.
if you're going to ready an
draw my
action, remember
rapier.
the way it works in this game, you spend 2 actions to bank 1
Yeah.
to hold an action.
So I spent 1.
Yep.
I have to draw my weapon though, right? In this.
Yes.
Okay, so then I'll draw my rapier, and I'll also tell it. Actually, I'm going to step between it and my little.
Did you have a
flame-tossing
spare
friend.
action last turn? Like, I don't think you spent 3 actions last turn. We can say you drew your sword as part of that last time. Because you win the initiative, right?
Yeah, I did, and I just moved up and stood there.
Yeah, so you would have drawn
Okay.
your weapon last turn. You have 2 more actions. Do you want to ready to attack one if it gets in close?
Yeah, I'm going to ready for attack if it gets in range.
Okay. Vaz, you're up next.
I will. Oops. I will set myself properly so I can move.
Okay.
I will get in there to block.
Okay. So you're on range to hit this thing now?
Yep. So I will now take a swing at it.
Are you doing your precise thing or whatever it's called?
No, it doesn't. It wouldn't work for this.
Oh, okay.
So I've got 3 actions.
Okay. So go ahead, give us an attack roll.
Oh, I
here.
get a +1, don't I? So
Yep.
there we go.
+1 to hit, +1 to damage. Oh. You hear point that?
Yeah, I'll hero point that.
Can you just step forward with your glaive?
Oh,
Ugh. So that one's a miss.
and then
One more action.
I can't intimidate it because it's already intimidated. So I will take a second swipe.
That's not missing any. Oh, that's so close. That first one's so close to a hit. So go into your second attack. Go ahead. You want to hero point that?
Nope.
Okay. So you swing at this thing, but it's just, after being terrified, it seems to be even more gun shy of getting hurt. Drowinius, you drew
Okay,
first
I
blood
see.
here.
Yeah, and I see that this one here is very close, which, based on previous experience with these creatures, is making him nervous. So he's gonna target him with a 3 action magic missile.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so that is
All right.
7 points of damage total. What do your magic missiles look like again? Or have we seen them yet?
We haven't seen them yet. So again, I think they're made of this silvery, mercurial kind of colored energy,
Okay.
and they sort of form liquid, and then they turn into pure silver light. And then-
Nice. Okay, so this hits this thing. They're not very big. This one, yeah, like they're only about as big as a goblin, but they are just all muscle and jaws. So Vaz, would you like to use a reaction to take an attack of opportunity on this thing?
I absolutely would love to.
Go right ahead.
Nice.
See if we get a bit more.
Come on. And 1. You want to hero point that?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm rooting for him to take it down before it bites us.
Oh
Darn
my
it.
god.
Oh
Roll
god.
20. Why you want us to die so bad?
All right, so this thing slams into you, and then the bush bogey gets to try and boit you.
At least he's frightened.
Okay, so yeah, he is frightened, so he does get the penalty. Oh, and do I have... Hold on. Again, slowly setting up all my critters to be using the correct modifiers here. Do love it. I do love it. It's interesting rolling the attack rolls for you guys, too. I don't do it for every campaign, but it's kind of fun for some of them. Okay, so here we go. Joe's -2. Frightened doesn't apply to damage, right? It's just to attacks and ability checks. It's on my DM screen, but
yes,
Kingmaker screen.
99% sure that's true.
Frightened.
Double checking.
Value of all checks and DCs. Actually doesn't give a penalty to attacks. Oh, checks, I guess, would count as an attack.
I think so.
Okay. So here we go. Let's see. That is a 22. So Vaz, I think that's a hit, but not a crit, right?
That's right.
Okay, so this thing gets underneath your glaive, and in spite of the fear, it leaps up and catches you right on your knee, and it's gnawing in.
Much damage.
But fortunately, it's not like a wolf where it gets to try and trip you. Then it's going to try and follow up with a second chomp. Again, -2 to hit, no modifier to damage. That's not going to hit. So you're able to kick it off of you. Then the second one. Oh, and this thing can pounce too. Do you have a banked attack, Shira?
He does.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just measure, make sure I can get to you. Yes, I can. Okay, so one of them is going to leap, tweet, and come crashing down on here. Sarah, go ahead and make your, if you want to use your reaction to make your attack. And you've got panache, so remember whatever modifiers you've got from your panache do apply here. Let me check. For Remy. Okay.
I think it's only my precise strike.
Oh, don't you get I thought you get a flat bonus to damage as well when you've got panache.
It's part of the finisher.
No, I just get a +5 status bonus to my speed, a +1 circumstance bonus to tumble checks, and I get to use my precise strike. So.
Oh no! It says right there. When you have panache, you do 2 additional precision damage.
Yeah.
And then if it's part of a finisher, you do the extra stuff. So yes, you always do the 2 extra damage. It's not the precision damage. That is not going to hit. You want to hero point that?
Yes.
Okay.
For hero point.
Come on. Let's see. Come on. There you go. Nice. So that's 6 points of damage in total.
7.
7 points of damage in total.
You got every point.
Yeah, you better with these things. My goodness.
Counts, yeah.
Okay, here we go. -7. All right. Then I get to finish my turn. Push bogey. Go.
Oh, God.
Is that a crit or just a hit?
It's a crit.
Crit. Shit.
Oh my gosh.
Attack. Nearly always a
16
crit.
points of damage as this thing lands and then follows up with its second attack, which is that a hit? 17.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So Shira stabs this thing, but it lands on her and just shut. The last one is only going to be able to move forward and then leap. Ooh. Remy. You have no ready attacks.
I do not know.
Okay, here we go. So this is no bonus to hit, no bonus to damage.
It's a hit.
Okay. This thing chomps and
It's PF2 for you.
They
That's what
just
happens.
jaws into you. Yep. And at the end of the round, the thing goes down by 1. All right. Remy, what are you doing? Holy smokes.
Wanting to run, but I'm going to sustain my Inspire Courage.
Okay.
I'm attempt to stab it in its stupid face as hard as I can.
Okay. That is a hit.
Oh,
For
nice.
5 damage.
Okay.
And I'm throwing up a shield.
Okay. Swing. Trog, what do you got?
He's gonna come over here by the one that took down Shara,
Okay.
and he's gonna do his burning hands, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead, click on Burning Hands.
Nice.
Here, what
See
save
if
it
I can
is.
actually hit. There it is. Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
17. No modifiers. So I still take, it's a basic save, so I still take half. So that's 3 damage as you unleash that. 3. Oh, Shara is actually going to be just before the... What do you call it? The bush... what do you call it? Not... It's the wrong name there. Bush bogeys. Okay, then it is Vaz's turn. What are you doing, Vaz?
I'm going to do my exacting strike.
Okay.
And try and put this thing down in front of me.
Please do. Come on.
Come on. 1 again.
And plus you have plus 1 to hit, plus 1 to damage. Fucking hell.
Right.
No hero points left.
No, but I used
Oh,
my
exacting strike. So it doesn't
results
count
of my
towards your...
exacting strike.
Yep. Excellent. So it doesn't count towards
Yeah.
your penalty, so go ahead and make your second attack at the same rate as your first. There you go.
Finally hit
Nice.
for a measly 4.
4 points of damage. 5 points of damage. Or does that include the plus 1?
Yep. No,
But-
that doesn't include the plus 1.
Okay. One more action.
No. Oh, no, yes, I do have. I'm going to try and intimidate the thing in front of me.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm going to risk the... I'm just going to risk the second hit.
Okay. Come on. See that nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh, no, actually, no, that's those are my actions, I think.
Does exacting strike cost 2?
It costs 2.
Oh, okay.
That's its...
No, exacting strike is 1 action. Yeah, it's only 1 action. You don't do exacting strike then an
hang
attack.
on.
You take an
Try
attack
to
with
hit it
exacting
again.
strike.
It's already
Oh,
frightened. Just
I've-
hit it again.
I misread the...
Kill it.
Okay, that's...
Yeah, you still have 1 more.
That's
So you still, and this is only at your attack number 2.
Kill it.
Come on. That's a hit.
7 damage.
It's 7 damage. There we go. Okay. Look at that. Nearly down. Drovinius. You've seen Shara go down to this thing, and Remy looks pretty badly hurt from a bite.
Yeah.
Good heal if I'm still
I want.
alive.
Well, I want to focus fire, but my 2 of these guys have some cover from me, so this is the only one who doesn't at the moment. So
I don't think that
I'm going
intervening
to-
allies give cover
Not in PF2.
on PF2.
Oh, great! It's only
Yeah.
enemies that give other enemies cover. Okay, fantastic. So I'm gonna then target this guy right. Oh no, this guy's almost dead. I'll target this guy right here to start with, and I will start
The one
doing
that
all
Vaz
kinds
is
of
fighting?
crazy. The one that Vaz is fighting because
Okay.
he looks like he's so he's really messed up.
Okay.
And Rowenia starts to inspired by his companions, start to do this, crazy looking arcane, somatic components, but it's all for show because he's gonna try to intimidate that guy, demoralize him.
Okay. Remember, the effect of demoralize is to just give frightened condition. They're not going to be driven off by it.
I was going to try to. I was going to cast a spell that had a DC, but
What are you thinking?
because he has -1.
Yeah.
But I actually should have checked before to see if there is a DC. No,
There's a spell.
it's not a DC. It's electric arc. It's their attack rolls.
Oh, no, that electric guard is a DC.
It is DC.
Yep. Electric guard does
Okay,
reflex
right.
saves.
Okay, great. For whatever reason,
So you're going to try and hit the
it
2?
doesn't say on my.
And you can
So
arc
yeah,
it
so
to both.
it'll do. I can target. So I'll do this way and this guy down here.
Okay.
But
So-
the main target is that guy there.
So go ahead.
So first, I'm trying to demoralize him to lower his reflex saving throw by 1 if I
Okay.
am able to do it. So here comes my roll for intimidation
Okay.
against him.
Nat 20.
That's 20.
Nice.
So he's actually frightened 2.
Yeah.
So he's at -2.
What
to
does
his saving throw.
Drovinius scream at this thing? See,
Yeah, he's like He just doesn't. He doesn't know what he's saying. It's like you're gonna die by the most horrible magic you've ever seen in your life. He has no idea what he's doing.
Okay.
Here comes Electric Arc.
Okay.
So it's DC
17. Okay,
17 basic save.
Oh, it's basic saves. That's
So on
great.
this guy's. Yeah. So
Hold on, okay,
that guy's got a -2, and that guy is normal.
Reflex at -2. Let's see here. So makes it, but not a crit. So he still takes half damage. And plus
Yeah, I'll
1
take
damage
2.
from the thing?
Well, no. I
Or
guess
is that only
it's
two?
damage rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, and as far as
Right?
says it adds to attack and damage rolls. It doesn't specify ranged or
It doesn't
melee.
specify.
Yeah, it's a damage roll.
Yeah. So yeah.
So
That's fine.
Okay,
Works for me.
so yeah.
Which means it's just enough to kill it. So
and
the
then the
first
second one.
Yeah, so,
and then I'll make the save for the second one here.
okay,
Come on,
let's see.
crit fail,
Come
crit
on.
fail,
Low
crit fail.
roll.
Come
Low.
on.
Critical success.
No
Completely
damage.
missed
Good,
it
that's
altogether.
no damage. No
All
damage.
right.
We're trying. That was everything.
Shara, give us a flat. You're currently dying 1. Give us a flat D20 roll, please.
Click on dying first, and then yeah.
Come on. Okay, so you're not, don't get any worse, but you don't stabilize either. All right, then it is the bush. What are the bush bogeys? There's only 2 remaining. Ramirius, let's start with you.
Holy.
2 points.
Because I got my shield up. It's not a crit, but I'm throwing my shield in front of it.
Okay, so it is a crit then.
No, I got my shields up, so I
Oh,
get an extra
okay, so
1
your
AC,
shield
so
takes-
it's 1 off.
2 damage.
That's still enough to knock me down, though.
Okay,
Oh, no, wait, hold on. No, that wasn't crit damage. 2 damage?
2
so my
damage.
shield absorbs it and it shatters.
dissipates. Okay, nice. So then attack number 2. Let's see. Here we go. No bonuses.
Ugh.
That would hit me. It does. My shield's gone now, so that does hit me.
Okay, so and then 8, is that enough to down you?
Oh, yeah, that's the healer's down again. So good
Okay.
luck healing, guys.
Well, I mean, healer has to actually heal. What did you do last turn?
Nobody was wounded last turn until they went.
Okay, and then for its third thing, is going to turn to Trog. That's a miss. All right, and then the one facing Shira, I think, will turn to Vaz. Snaps its jaws around.
Jeez.
That's a hit. I'm down.
Okay, so Vaz is down as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then this thing will race to Trog.
Here we go.
We go. Oh, I gotta go. I'm on the wrong action here. So I think I'm attacking with the wrong attack, though. Yeah. So that's a miss, because it would have been 5 less. So it would be 12. And that's it for that one. So that should have been on them. Trog is also before the bush bogeys now, which means Drowinius would be at the top of the round, but we are already over time, and it is ridiculous o'clock at James's time. And if we start next week in 2 weeks' time with this, you guys may have a lizard folk backup. So, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for part 3 of our Kingmaker Into the Stolen Lands game. So we have Trog is up, Drowinius is up, but Ramirius and Vaz, you're both at dying 1 right now. And Shira is at dying 1 right now. So let's move us back to the main screen here. Should keep my initiative order if Brommel's able to join us next time, or Brommel. Yeah, boy, oh boy, it is. Roll 20 is chugging right now. Oof. All right. I'm asking a lot of you. Come on, you little horse. Not long to go now. All right. So then, for
Maybe
those,
we should try. Maybe we should try Netscape next.
Really?
No.
For those listening, again, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. But first off, thank you so much for joining us. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. I do intend on getting caught up on my comments this weekend, so I will not... I'm behind by about a week and a bit, but I will get caught up this weekend. And if you don't comment down below, you can also find a link in the description of this video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server. We have channels there dedicated to this game, this campaign, and every other game we run on the channel, as well as a ton of other great, channels, including Finding a Group and just general discussion. There is an incredible community that is built up over there, and you are more than welcome to join us. In addition, there is a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an outstanding selection of new RPGs, new board games, and new card games, they also have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs, including, finally, Monday, I'll be having a pocket edition of the Mongoose Conan showing up. They have a... feature where if you have in their any of their stuff, but in particular for the hard to find and out of print stuff, if they don't have it in stock, you can put it on a want list and they will send you an email when it comes in, like the pocket edition of that game I've been waiting for about 6 months now. So I'm I got one more thing I need to complete my collection for that for the Conan Mongoose books, but if you, so the prices are quite reasonable. I got my copy of that for well under what the print cost was, or the cost was, and it's a great, it's reported to be in great condition as well. So things will be priced according to whatever the demand is, and that doesn't stay the same too. One of the things I really like about them, they don't price something and then leave it that way. I was able to get another thing I thought of before and then forgot about, but there was something for Ars Magica 5th edition that was originally listed quite high at the time because it was high in demand. Got it for less than cover price actually before we applied the discount. So some stuff will be priced according to what it demands, and some stuff will be changed. So if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code THEMUSE at checkout, and you will save yourself 10%, like I did on my Conan Pocket Edition. You can also, if you're listening to this at a more recent, at some other time, the codes change over time. So if that one doesn't work, just check one of our more recent videos, and we'll have a different discount code for you. In addition, there is a link down below to the Heroes Save Villages campaign. That is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really amazing organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in Ukraine and the surrounding countries. And all donations that go through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman, just goes to help out the kids who benefit from their services. And we have two small ways of saying thank you. One of them is... if you've donated $10 or more since January 1st of 2023, you will have an opportunity to vote on the first half year of our year-long campaign, the Year of Ill Omens. We will be playing the first of those sessions next weekend, and we were originally going to play it last weekend, but it turns out it's going to be even, we had to postpone, which was unfortunate, but it's even better because we got double the crew arriving for this thing. The game we're playing, the setting, the type of characters we're playing, all of which was shaped by the donors who voted on that. If you've donated $10 to Canadian to the Hero Save Villages campaign since January, you will be able to vote on the next one and then the one after that as well. And this is an interlocking campaign, so I will have opportunities for you to vote on how this campaign all fits together. Actually fitting it together is my problem. The donors will be giving me the problems to fit together. In addition, if you've donated $25 or more, every $25 Canadian gives you one chance to win the grand prize or one of the other great prizes in our next charity raffle. I have some other prizes that we'll be announcing as we go along, but I am happy to announce that I have 2 copies of the Genesis Rebirth Edition that I bought in my spree when they were going out of print. This game is out of print right now. I have 2 brand new copies that I picked up a little while ago. It's a fantastic game with some of the most mind-blowing art of any RPG I've played. I got 2 of them still in the packaging, ready to go to donors, and we'll find some other stuff as well. And what we also have for that first one is something we haven't offered in a couple of years. That is a chance to play a game with us. So some lucky donors, well, lucky, we'll see, if you're playing with us. But they will win an opportunity to play a game with us. We will not be streaming the game, but we will be recording the game. There are a bunch of players from the roster who have agreed to play in a game like this, and I'll be giving the winner some options for what kind of game they want to play. And then we'll play the game. It'll be recorded. You'll have the link. You'll be able to download the video, so you're going to have that for all time, and it'll be written custom for the winner. So, in addition to some cool gaming stuff and some stuff from the Dungeon Musings Redbubble shop, and an opportunity to play a game with us, and anyone who's donated $25 or more also gets to vote on the Year of Ill Omens campaign. You also get an opportunity to help out some kids who could really use some help. So that is what is going on with the Hero Save Villages campaign. You're free to donate whatever amount you want. Obviously, any amount that goes directly to them will help. But those are our small ways of saying thank you to the generosity of the donors. Speaking of awesome people, the last thing I will say is a huge thank you to Jonathan, Dave, Jeffrey, George, and especially James, who is once again joining us from a ridiculous o'clock his time. Thank you so much for playing tonight, guys. This is so much fun.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
Well, we did pick hard mode, didn't we?
Yeah. The last thing Remy said that as he was going down, blood curdling, or spurting out of his things, it was the witch. We will be back in the Stolen Lands to see if our heroes can drive these disgusting and deadly bush bogies off in 2 weeks' time. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes are uncovering as they're making their way into the Stolen Lands. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
See ya.